You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias on a Monday. And with me today, the one and only Sebbo, Sebastian Antoniou, stepping in for Edward Simpson, who may or may not have had a child over the weekend. I don't know. Actually, I haven't even asked if I can announce it. I assume people will know that.
You'd guess.
You would guess.
Know. Yeah, so I'm stepping in. Haven't been on the Monday show before. So.
Is this a Monday debut?
Yeah, so I don't know. Normally I can just do the interview thing and who cares how it goes, but now I feel there's a lot more punters and dribblers listening to this. So
you've got a...
I'm here. I'm here as the 14, as the sub, super sub. Let Tom lead the way, and I'm just here for the dribble and the yarn, and congrats to Eddy. I'm guessing.
Yes, I'm guessing congratulations are in order to Eddy. Sebbo, the 14's becoming much more of an important role in the game of rugby league.
It's almost as important as the 1 to 13.
There should. People are saying there should be a fucking award at the Dally M's for it, like the utility of the year.
Absolutely, there should be. Like, it's if you go in a battle, you got the heavy machine gunner over there, you got the medic over there, you got that guy. The 14 guy's like, I can do anything. What, you need me to pick up the snipe and get that? You need me to, like, try to revive this guy? I can do that. Like, I'm everywhere now.
You're almost like more, you're just a little bit less valuable than spine players.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously they're your main guys, but if one of them goes down, we're not calling on anyone else but your fucking 14.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're Tom Sizemore from Saving Private Ryan kind of vibe.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Tom Sizemore. Jeez, he fell off the fucking... He had such a good career, Tom Sizemore, and he fucked it up. And that's
I think if you're at the height in the 90s, it's easy to kind of go off the rails.
I was thinking about it. I was watching Baywatch last night, and I was like, fuck, dude, if you were like the people that ran this show, like there's just a glory days of like the 90s when you just had hot chicks on set just making the most fucking absurd show of all time.
Yeah.
And you just be making money hand over fist.
Yep. If you're creating action movies, I feel they're written in about 48 hours, no sleep in between. Yeah. Kind of vibes.
You mean Double Impact with Jean-Claude
just
Van
lock
Damme
yourself in a room for 48 hours, stay awake however you can.
Yeah, well, you do a lot of cocaine and you come out with a Van Damme classic. God, the 90s were good.
Different time.
I will say this, though, with Eddy not making it, and, he's been very disrespectful over the years of the difficulty of parenthood. He's been
I know he has.
And he has one kid, and he can't... The first episode he misses. I get fucking... You know what I mean? You have one kid, and the next podcast you can't make. This piece of shit, he does it. He's going to learn. He's going to fucking learn.
He has had zero sympathy, I think, any time I've mentioned childhood stuff. No. And I haven't taken a fucking day off. I mean, my twins were born. I was at the Bondi Classic like 2 days later, for Christ's sake.
I did a podcast the day Zoe was born. I came from the hospital.
Yeah, that's...
You know what I mean?
An effort. Yep.
And he's going to get sick, Sebbo. I can't wait for him to get sick, dude.
Just the daycare stuff, yeah.
I can't wait for him to get sick.
Because you never actually fully comprehend it until you go through it. You're like, oh, what, you get sick a couple more times than you normally do. You're like... Nah, motherfucker. You don't get back to 100% for about 5 years.
No, and you know what else, dude? You don't understand what sickness is when everyone else in the house is sick. When it's just you and your missus and you're sick, you can be as selfish as you want. Yeah. When you've got sickness in your house and you look after sick kids, sick wife, everyone's sick, you're fucked.
You're
absolutely fucked?
Talk about Eddy no sympathy. Literally last year when we had a photo shoot planned, the whole house had severe gastro and COVID, and I'm like in the WhatsApp group, like, I'm not going to be able to make it. It's like, how sick are you? I'm like, what? I'm still fucking editing about even. Like, I'm not coming out when I'm shitting myself like every 2 seconds. But I've got a fever of like 41, and I got 2 babies doing the exact same thing.
Sorry, dude, can't make it. I've literally I haven't been able to change my pants yet. They've soiled myself about 4 hours ago. I've been looking after children. All right, you don't understand. You don't get it. You soon will, motherfucker. You soon will.
Yeah.
He was up at, there was like, I don't know if it was the first or second night, but he was up like every fucking couple of hours.
Oh, the sleep, because he's an
8.5 hours. He was like, oh no, I had to get up and fucking, try and settle. I'm like, yes.
Try and have 2 of the motherfuckers at the same time.
Yeah. So, congratulations to him.
Congrats. Can't wait for him to be a dad.
Yeah.
A lot of kids floating around.
Shitloads of kids floating around. Yeah. We'll get the full recap from Eddy on next Monday when he's back on deck, but he's taking a much-needed time off. It's a very nice time, the first couple of weeks of of a child, or in your case, 2.
Not in
Which
my
was
case.
probably
though.
not in your case. It was a bit more.
Not when they're 2 months premature.
No. That's obviously a little bit more intense. You don't get to relax it in your bubble at home. You're actually probably only just...
You're in hospital going like, when can they breathe on their own?
Beautiful time. Yeah. Slightly.
What do you mean they've lost weight? They're under a kilo now. Like...
Yeah, no, that's not as fucking picturesque.
Yeah, nice, peaceful time happening right on Christmas.
You coming to Christmas lunch? No, I can't. My twins are losing weight in the NICU. Jesus. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations, Eddie and Ella. It's awesome. It's fucking great. Before we get into the rugby league, which was fantastic to have back, I think it's also important, Sebbo, in your debut on the Monday show, for a bit of accountability.
Yep.
Obviously, many of you know, and I'm going to be testy popping all show. I lost my voice at the Manly game, but many will know that Sebbo has refused to edit a video where I beat him fucking fair and square at St. Mick's. And he's refusing to edit it out of shame, which I get because I'm not good. But on the weekend, you had another loss, a biblical loss, to Mr. Thomas Tobler in comp at Balgowlah.
Yep.
Obviously, I can see your demeanor's already changed. It's sort
No.
of like,
I'm just waiting for my turn to speak.
No, it's obviously, it's tough. I imagine it's tough.
No. With the loss to Tobler, I accept the loss on the chin. This is the little caveat.
Here we go. Caveats
not to do with me trying to claim victory. The funny thing about this was we were playing like how many points you're on, and Tobler refuses to get the app, which 99.9% of people in comp use, and then won't write his own score. So he was telling me after the second hole an incorrect amount of points. So on the 18th hole, I had a putt to either 2 putts to win, 1 putt to tie. And then it's a tie, shake hands. And then it's like, oh, actually, I'm on this amount of points. And you're like, well, if you're going head-to-head with the mate, uploading every shot on stories, explaining the situation to the audience.
Yes.
You can be a little bit frustrated and go, okay, you won, but like you've taken so. It's like
No, you can be frustrated. That's fair, but like you need to know going in that Tobler doesn't have a flair for the storyline, so he's just like, fuck it.
But even like I've never played comp golf with someone who doesn't count their score. Yeah.
That's Tobler. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a huge win.
Very proud of you. The putt you sunk on the 18th was fucking.
Yeah, that was
horny.
glorious.
That was clutch.
But I'm also a victim here. I wish I knew that I was in the lead the whole time. It would have made the win
well,
even
if you
more
counted
glorious.
your score and wrote it down, you would know.
Yeah,
But
why didn't you count your score?
I downloaded the app on the second hole because they were all using it.
You should have had it months
Fucking
ago.
second hole.
On the second hole,
should
because
have
they
had
were
it-
all like,
you
oh,
should
get
have-
the app. You got to get the app.
You played like 5 comps, right?
The only thing I'm
and all your
guilty
mates
of-
have the app.
The only thing I'm
And they were
guilty of is
complaining on the
being a
first tee that he
hacker.
doesn't use the app.
I write down my stroke score on my card, and then I relayed that info to my playing partner who was telling me my point scores.
But if you had the app, you could just do it yourself. True?
True.
Okay, cool.
But you don't need it. It's not like fucking vital to play comp.
Well, if you don't, then you would write down your Stableford score on your analog card, which you also didn't do.
Yeah, but as my handicap's so up and down at the moment, it's so fucking confusing to figure out. So I write down my strokes, and then I get a nice little surprise when I go back to the computer at the golf club and find out how many points
and you're
I
not
got.
going head-to-head with the mate or anything like that, and you don't really care about the points, and you put it in at the end. But if you're going head-to-head with the mate, you should know what you're on.
But I wasn't briefed in about this before the round started, about this app, this magical app that I
your
needed
mates
to
were
get.
giving you shit
and
saying you refused to download it.
So, like, you obviously knew about the app beforehand. 'cause you
I've
played
known
golf.
about the app, but
Okay,
you
well, so
don't
then what the fuck are
need
you
it.
talking
It's
about?
not fucking vital. It's not like
just said
Sebbo
you
wasn't
just
like,
learned
oh,
about
we're
it."
going head to head. Make
Listen,
sure you've got
Tobler,
the app.
Tobler, I'm happy for you with the win, right? I am. I really am.
Doesn't
But-
sound like it, bro.
No, because listen, the app thing doesn't change the fact that you beat Seb fair and square.
Exactly.
Seb plays
That's
golf
all we
every
need to
5
take away
minutes.
from this, I
But
think.
you're better off not trying to argue your way out of this app situation. We're going, I didn't hear about the app, but then your friends are all like,
Oh,
well, he doesn't have the app, and you're like,
I-
well, then clearly you fucking heard about it.
I do not give a fuck about this app or not. I won by 1 point. It's a shame.
No one's taking the victory away from you. I'm just saying, if I wanted to do it again, I hope you can take accountability and actually go, okay,
Well, now
I
I've
should
got
score.
the app. So from now on, I will be using the app. And so next time we play and next time I beat you, it will be no asterisk involved.
There's no asterisk here.
There's moral victory to me, I feel. That's
See, that's the bullshit you're trying to spin in the
moral
fucking
victory
clubhouse afterwards.
You got beaten by Tobler. There's no moral victory there. You were telling me to play Tobler so that he can beat me. I'm not doing that now.
Well, you should. No, you should.
No, he beat you.
I've skipped Tom and just taken your scale.
You skipped me.
Tobler did beat me, and the thing of the beauty of a handicap
I've beaten
system,
you too.
The beauty of a handicap system is that like it's pretty much even between Tobler and I. I want you and Tobler to play where you guys are playing off the same amount. You know what I mean? The same amount. Tobler beat me.
Handicap system.
No,
because I'm fucking. Why don't I get a handicap?
Because you think you're better than Tobler.
Well, but golf is a handicap game. We've got to do this right.
In terms of you think you're like, right. I've got a lower handicap than you could argue that yes, Tobler beat me, but we're playing handicap golf, so it's even.
That's
right?
how golf's played.
Yeah, but you're saying you are better than Tobler without handicap, so you should be able to play him.
No, that's what you were saying a lot last year, Tom.
No.
You were saying that a lot.
No.
You need to take Tobler on. No handicap.
We should all do a comp.
Match
Can
play.
you film comp? Or could you just do like
if you had a group of mates in that, but if you had like a random, it's pretty like you don't want to.
No, you wouldn't want to do that. But like if we had like.
Yeah, if we all went to Balgala.
Eddy and
Tobler. Yeah, we could definitely film it.
Let's go to the Royal.
And that's handicap shit, right? That's where
Stableford. Yep.
That'd be fun.
Yep.
Anyway, well done, Tobler. That must have been a nice moment for you.
Yeah, well, it could have been a lot nicer, but it was still great.
Listen, dude, you got to know this about Sebbo. When you beat him, he's not going to let you enjoy it.
I was called a baby.
He's going to refuse to edit it.
I was told that I would never be invited on a golf trip. I'd be the worst person to have on a golf trip.
Imagine going on a golf trip and you think you won it, and
I
then
should be
Thomas
wearing
goes, hey
my
guys, I actually had
diapers.
5 shots from day one. I forgot to write down. It's like playing cricket and you have to get a certain total and you've got only like one ball left and you hit it and you think you've won. Then they go back, oh, actually.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for sure. And that's on you, Tobler, but you did win.
Sure.
That is frustrating.
I'll wear that.
You did win, and I'll take you on again. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Balgala, shout out. There seemed to be a bit of a Northern Beaches clique of high handicappers down there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
A lot of young kind of golfers. Not a ton of great golfers, it seems, and I fitted in perfectly. Like your mate Joey Tobler, if you're listening,
poor
can't
Joey.
hit a ball further than 15 metres.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He had 4 points.
And respect him for even showing up.
Yeah.
If you're that bad and you like one of my apprehensions playing comp is I'm not good. And I'm like, I don't know what the energy is like where if you're just there just duffing shots around people that are like trying.
No, but the beauty of Stableford comp is that if you can't make it, you just pick up your ball. If you can't make your points, so say you're off what Tobler's off, like 22, you have to try to get 2 points on the hole. As soon as 2 points is out of the equation, i.e. a bogey or a double bogey, you just pick up your ball.
Okay, right. Yeah. So you can, which is still obviously shameful, but it's
better. But everyone does it. Like everyone's called a wipe.
Right.
Everyone does it.
Yeah, okay. All right, but Joey sucked.
Props to Joey. I thought he was actually going to leave after 9 holes because he was playing that poorly, but he stuck through and put in a decent score on the back 9.
Yeah.
What do you mean you thought he was in the league? Because he was
No, he was going to leave. He was on 4 points.
he was going to
go home.
Which might be
Sorry.
like a record for the least amount of points after.
It was
after
absurd.
The first 9.
Yeah, and Paulie had a great day out as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
So a lot of fun.
While we're talking cricket quickly, Willy Birms hit 100 for thick ropes yesterday.
Yeah, saw that.
I wasn't there to see it, unfortunately, but in last man standings T20, the way it works is if everyone else is out and there's one batter left, you just bat by yourself and you have to run 2. You can only go 2s, 4s, 6s. So you can't do singles. So he was out there by himself and he just pumped he had 12 6s.
Amazing stuff. Because I've kind of retired from the thick ropes, but I like to check the live score when you guys are playing. I was down at Wiley's Bar, just having a little bacon and egg roll, bit of, couple time.
Oh, nice.
And I checked the live score and it was like all the other boys were like 1 duck.
Yeah. The
scorecard was go to Millie. Oh, thick ropes are getting. You're on like 12 runs with like 2 wickets left.
Chasing 200.
Yeah, and then tune back into the app I don't know, half an hour later, and you're like, what? Is this a mistake?
Yeah.
What's going on with Willy? He's digging in.
How did you do what happened, Will?
I don't know, dude. I was just out there in the middle and I was kind of feeling it. Usually when I bowl like shit, I bat kind of well, and I bowled like trash.
So you just went out there and got to work.
Well, when you're the last guy there, I was absolutely gassed because you don't have to run 2s or hit boundaries. I ran a couple of 2s and I just didn't want to do any more of that, so I just started swinging at everything and hoping. And
how many 6s did you hit in a row? In one go?
One guy, I'm pretty sure I hit 4 or 5 in a row.
Holy
so
shit,
good.
Willy.
In the exact same spot as well.
That's epic.
And like that's the first ever thick ropes ton. That's that's
first
a
person to get a thick ropes
famous.
ton.
Is there a way where you can take that literal last man standing mentality into just like opening the batting?
You just go in there and just go fuck it. I feel like that's how you do.
Well,
it.
I feel like it'll regardless. Next time I bat, I'll have a little bit of confidence from that last innings.
As they say in the great cricketer, 100 in a losing side is the dream because you've done all you can fucking do.
Yeah.
Anyway, just wanted to shout you out there, Wiremu. Well done, brother.
Sure.
I wish I saw it.
Did you look at the scorecard though? It was pretty fucking funny.
It was. Oh, fucking.
Harvey gets out for a duck a fair bit, doesn't he?
Well, he got a golden duck. Then Arthur Winning got a golden duck. And in the same way, Charlie Bass got run out with a double play.
Double play wigs me out. I can never figure it out.
And then Chica went in, hit a 4, and then got out. And then Ben Street came in, just got out after one run. And then Rory Hill came in, got a quick 10, and then got out. And then it was just me on my own.
I think one of the guys was like, "Oh, don't worry, this is the other Birmingham."
Oh, really?
Oh, no way.
Is that what he said? Because it's against his team, Schmicko's team, where like I fucking buried some like the dad, I think, who was playing. Credit to the dad.
Shout out to Schmicker though. He's
They're good dudes.
Worked on his craft.
He was like 60, and I hit him fucking for like a 16 ball 50.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and just buried him. And then, so what? When you came out, they're like, "Oh, don't worry, this is the other Birmingham."
Yeah, I heard somebody say, "Oh, don't worry, this is the other Birmingham."
He pumped him for a 34 ball 100. That's fucking 34 ball 100 is insane. That is so hectic.
What's that, a strike rate of 300?
Yeah.
Yeah, 350 it was.
310 or something. Bit of rugby league. Can you just get the results up for us, Tommy Tobler? Mm-hmm. On the screen. The Broncos beating the shit out of the Roosters on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I think everyone loves to see that.
I think everyone knew it was going to happen, though, but not to that extent, maybe.
Not a 50 points. Like,
No,
that's
yeah.
season over territory, as we all know, as the bloody...
As we all know, it's the sweet Caroline stat for rugby league.
Yes.
You know, just,
yeah, we're all sick of hearing the fucking thing.
I think now that Sweet Caroline's even made itself into like ads with people singing.
I know,
It's
I
kind
know,
of like
I know.
a go. We're wrapping it up soon.
Yeah, we're wrapping up Sweet Caroline being the thing we all do. Like, it's a good song.
It's a great song. It's had its run.
It's had its run now. It's also like if you were whoever wrote that song, you'd be like, okay,
Neil Diamond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diamond. Yeah, let's just give it a break.
Once it goes into like creative agencies.
Yeah,
like,
once like social media agencies have their hands on it, you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, okay, we've killed it. Congratulations, everyone. We've killed Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline is dead. We did the stream for this game with Mitchell Pearce, and he obviously was not too keen to hang shit on the Roosters, given your coaches there. But like, that was. Do you reckon? Like, if you think about Trent Robinson and like where the Roosters are at, it's like they are usually the club that gets all the fucking best players, right?
I said it ages ago.
They've lost Suoliti, they lost Kiri, they lost Hargraves, they lost Manu. Fucking, there's probably someone else. Brandon Smith's going. They lost out on David Fafita. And now they're fucked, seemingly.
Yep. And like Reece Robson's in the pipeline, great player, but you're like going.
That's you guys. Is that
great signing, but like.
But is that it? Just Taylor May, like the fucking big front rower who went to.
Not Taylor.
What's it?
Is it Taylor?
Terrell.
Yeah.
May. Like,
Yeah.
he's an up and coming, like they're talking about him in origin circles and shit. And it was like, oh, I saw it, someone writing the other day where it was like, or maybe even Benji said it in the post-game press conference. You just have a look at that, but where it was like, oh yeah, all the reports were that he just was over football. And he's like, no, that's not the case at all. That's almost just like what a club spins when they're trying to justify fucking someone off.
Yeah, but like, that's one you just don't understand, right?
No.
Like you've already lost so many people, and you're getting rid of him for whatever reason.
And you've just re-signed him.
But the crazy thing is, the storyline lover of me in like rugby league is like, you know, the powerhouses for like 3 years been Roosters, Storm, Penrith, and you're like, how can someone catch up? And it's like maybe the Broncos can catch up, but also like watching empires crumble.
Yes.
Like, you know, like that I enjoy, like I get as much enjoyment out of that as I do watching them rise up. So
But do you think from an empire perspective, the Roosters are an empire that is constantly rising and falling? Where like the Storm have been like this empire. They've just been like an empire. You don't know about the Penrith Panthers, it's too early, but like they could be building an empire. Whereas the Roosters seem to be like, they're like Sodom, where they're just like interested in like all the like trimmings and trappings of greatness.
No, they're like an Istanbul. They rely on trade. You know what I mean?
Bringing in fucking players and this. Oh, we're going well now, and then it's like, oh fuck, this is gone. They can't maintain it for periods of time.
They're not building a solid base out of just like purebred stock of their own up there. They're a trade city empire.
Yes.
And
that leaves you open to other trade empires popping up and then fucking you. Or like,
And like just players going, well, there's other empires over here that I can go to.
Or if I don't like the ruler of Istanbul for right now, I can fuck off to somewhere else.
And once people get a whiff of maybe that you are on the downfall, they start going somewhere else. Maybe I'm not going to go to the Glamour Club. I eat David Fafita. But maybe there's other reasons there, sure. But
listen, there's other reasons. But if you're David Fafita, if there are reasons like for why not to go, they've got to be more than the attraction of Istanbul. And like clearly for David Fafita there was, and it was like, oh, I wanted it. My missus wanted me to like. There's something about that, but it's like. There's also a period where if you're getting offered fuckloads of money, where you go to your missus and you go, listen, I'm off to Istanbul to get trained.
But that's the thing. But you could go like, originally you could go like, I'm going to Istanbul and I'm definitely getting a ring. But now you're looking at Istanbul and you go, I might just stay at the Goldie.
Yeah.
Because it might be a good club, but is there like a definite ring probability there anymore?
There's none.
I don't think so. You take if Cooper Cronk doesn't exist, they've had every good player for over a decade and haven't won a comp.
Exactly.
Istanbul is there's a bit of a Rolex on Istanbul, like it distracts you, but there's a rot underneath. You know what I mean? It's shiny from afar.
It's shiny. It's fucking veneers. It's plugs.
Yeah. The underbelly though.
It's rotten. It stinks. Yeah, dude, it's tough, man. They got absolutely fucking worked.
Yeah, worked into the ground. They scored the first try, but like it didn't look like for a second they were winning that game.
But like it's almost like you're just trying to make it sound good. But like for the first 5 to 10 minutes, I was like, oh, okay, the Broncos aren't scoring immediately. It was a bit tight.
Yeah.
Dom Young scored, but then it was just a procession.
But even the first hit up, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, was it maybe Lindsay?
Lindsay
he just got pumped, pumped on the first hit up, and then he lost the ball, and
then he lost the ball, trying to offload.
Here's the game. Here's a microcosm of the entire game with the first hit up.
Yeah. This is good, and potentially the season generally.
Yep.
They also got rid of all that goes to Tilly Tupanua, who came out and scored 2 tries for the Dogs on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's a great player, isn't he?
Like great player.
Yeah. Like
apparently Spencer Lee knew that was like, and it's been all fucking no, but it's like there was reports that he wants to go back to the Panthers. Like, what's going on here?
Mate, people can tell. People can tell that the walls are crumbling. Like, like, you'd have to get the Panthers, you're winning a premiership. Maybe not this year, but you're winning one. But yeah, as a Bunnies fan as well, you kind of like to see it. But those Broncos, I said on About Even, they just needed a bit of a father figure, like a bit of a firmer hand kind of.
They had a friendly stepdad who allowed you to get away with everything.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it as well, like, because they aren't allowed to train without their shirts on anymore. Yeah. It's like standards.
Yep.
And listen, say what you want about Jordan Peterson, it's a little bit of make your bed, you know?
Yep.
It's a little bit of self-respect. It's put
I
your
think
shirt
that rule
on,
doesn't
paint
need to
nails.
come into a club who aren't frothing being shirtless. Like,
No,
I don't
exactly.
reckon you would bring it in unless they're like, this is a thing that I all love doing. It's not just like a blanket rule at every club, no shirt. Like it's tailored to their situation.
They were fuckboys who are like the biggest, hottest shit in the city.
Yeah.
And all they did was go shirtless, nails, hair, fucking pube, like they get their balls waxed and shit. It's like, no, you need to...
It's like a small disadvantage that a coach has to address, that if literally everyone's that fucking hot, they're going to go a little bit nuts. Because if you're just a couple of hot guys in a playing group, like you're not going to feed it off each other's hotness and like...
No.
And talk, like
you're almost going to get paid out for being hot, as opposed to the hotness being the predominant...
Yeah, if the hotness is a prominent thing, and these guys are competitive, maybe someone's whitening their teeth and like, oh, what's going on there? Like maybe I need to... And all that starts trickling in with the nails.
Where do you get your asshole?
People are getting blow weight, and then all of a sudden, that's what training's about.
Yeah, that's all that matters is them just comparing fucking, their veneers.
Madge has come in with a bit of a firmer hand, somewhere in between an Eastwood and a Kevin Costner, and just gone fucking. Come on.
Yeah, come
Shirts on.
Shirts on, and we're going to make you train till you vomit.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, get fucked.
Yep.
Like, just fuck off. I don't care.
Yep.
You're here now, so, like, whatever. You're going to have to deal with it.
Vomit, hot boy.
Vomit.
Yeah, let's see you taking a selfie in fucking 20 minutes,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly.
Like,
When I've got, you're going to be so fucked, we have to take your temperature rectally because you just fucking passed out.
and then they start getting those endorphins for, like, completing tasks and uniting as a team rather than the endorphins for the likes or the mirror looking.
Sebbo, it reminds me of those films, and I think South Park took the piss out as well at some point. But it's like where the teacher comes and they don't like him straight away because he's a hard ass, and they're like, "Fuck this teacher, man." It's usually like from a disadvantaged area. Now they're not disadvantaged, but the vibe. And then eventually things start to go well for him, and they start to believe.
Yep.
And then the coach starts to, his walls come down a bit as well.
Yeah.
I had to be a hard asshole at the start, but now now we're fucking playing ball together. You know?
That's it. Like, I think our Sevens basketball coach tried to do that to us. Remember?
He tried, that didn't work for him.
But
what was his name again?
Mark.
He
had about 5,000 basketball jerseys.
Well, and not just basketball jerseys, they were like down to his ankles. And it just was like, sorry, dude.
We're the Sevens, dude. We don't need this harder. And then he opened up. That exactly thing, he opened up to us. But
the difference was that he opened up to us because we just bullied him, basically. But it was, you can't come to a bunch of like year 11s.
But it's a tried and tested format. There's about 10 movies, maybe more, that have followed that storyline.
Yeah. But more, for sure.
More. Like... And that's what they needed.
Yeah. Remember the Titans is kind of that. Obviously, there's some racial undertones there. But Denzel is a hard ass.
Dangerous Minds, I think's one.
Coach Carter, maybe?
Freedom Riders.
Huh?
Freedom Riders is another one with Hilary Swank.
Yeah, is that not a sport?
Yeah, Freedom
movie,
Riders,
though?
that's a good one.
That's a good
sport,
one.
But
Not sport, but she comes in
like
not
group
sport
of
related.
people in a classroom.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that little storyline, seeing if it is like a flash in the pan. Like, does that last a full season? Because I'm sure if there was a sequel to some of these movies, they start getting burnt out. They go back to their ways. Like, you can only...
No, they say with Madge, he's only a coach for like a few years. Come in, change the culture. They hate him, then they love him. They have some success, and then he fucks off because it's like, I can't have you train me for the rest of my career. Like, you're too much of a psychopath.
It would be pretty cool if he can pull it off and like cement himself as like a cowboy, like gun for hire coach. Like, I'll come into town on the horse, 3 years, we'll get you sorted, and I'm out of here.
And then I'm out. I'm off to the next fucking...
Yeah, I'm off to the next town.
They call him the drought breaker. He got the drought. He broke the drought with Rabbitohs. Then I don't know if it was a drought necessarily over in the Super League, but he won over there.
Yep.
Or maybe he won over there before he came over. Then he won fucking New Zealand beat Australia.
Yep.
30-0.
Yeah, 30-0.
30-0, not just a win, like pumped us. And then he broke the drought with New South Wales.
Suncorp. When was the last time they won a
20-odd years or something.
Yeah.
The one in Wigan when he was in the Super League was the first in 12 years.
There you go. And the only one he didn't was the Tigers, which I think just proves...
ninth, though. Ninth. Like, them being ninth.
Yeah, but then they get a spoon with him.
Yeah, probably.
I think they got a spoon with him. But then it's kind of just proof that the Tigers were just almost unsalvageable.
Well, is there a movie starring Russell Crowe or someone where he goes and like finds water and shit? Like,
Water Diviner.
The water Diviner. Yeah, is that what he is? Like,
because
he's breaking the drought.
Is the Water Diviner walk around like a stick? How does that work?
I never saw it.
I did see it. I don't know why I saw it, but Water Diviner, I think, was like the term for people that used to just go around and they'd find water.
Yeah, you could just survey the land
and see where it would be.
There's water.
Like, dig here.
There's an underground little current system
here
here or something, and by judging by the plants and shit.
Yeah, geez, that'd be nice to have those sort of skills. Like, I think about that when, like if something happens and like you just get let's say the electrical grid just goes and everyone's fucked. Like, you've got a couple of days, they say, before like anarchy just ensues. Food and fucking whatever else. Just like, we'd be completely fucked.
Oh, everyone. Like, there would be a slither of people who aren't living in the metropolitan areas who could handle themselves.
Well, country folk who have guns and they have a creek and they know how to fish and shit.
Yep. And they know how to, like, even if we somehow made it out of the city and managed to kill some animal, like even just like how to gut it, store it.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't like,
I don't know how to skin an animal. Dude, Louis, my cat, Prince of Bondi, I found this morning in our back little like grass area, AstroTurf, he had ripped apart 2 mice.
Yeah.
Just completely fucking murdered them, dude. It was a bloodbath out there. And I'm out there like a fucking softcock city boy with my gloves and my bag, and I'm like, ugh! Like, I can't even touch a fucking dead animal. And if I've got to kill for my fucking food, dude, like I got to skin a rabbit or some shit.
Yeah, and to even get the big stuff, you're probably going to have to kill them and use bait and stuff.
Yeah,
like
and slit their throats and,
Yeah, no, we'd be absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Everyone in this room, everyone in a radius would be. There's a lot of people who'd be like, "No, bro, I'm tired." No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're not. You couldn't find water like fucking Madge could.
Yeah, you would we would be in this entire room would be the most likely to survive because we've been on those rafting trips in the middle of nowhere and things
Listen,
like that.
I can fucking. We'd be the most likely, you and I.
We're most likely
well, because we also survived the hardship of our raft popping like within the first 400.
We also
meters
spent
of the trip.
6 months when we were 15 in the wilderness.
In the wilderness.
Yeah.
In privileged high school where we got fed every day.
And we're saying we're fucked. So everyone else, like Tobler, you're like,
I'm gone.
Tobler's first to go, and maybe at our hands though. Maybe we kill him. That's the problem.
Tobler would faint as soon as the electricity is out.
No,
and it's just like, we can't carry you, dude. We've got literally 83 minutes to get out of the metropolitan area before there's a riot.
Yes.
And we get blocked
there's not enough seats.
I'll say my goodbyes and then just probably do it myself to make it easier.
We're just like lock the car door.
Except my
and drive
fate.
away.
Yeah.
There's not enough room in the seat. Chili needs somewhere to lay down.
Yeah, Chili's bed won't
We
fit
have
in
to
the
fit
car.
Chili's bed in the car.
Completely fair.
Yeah, no, it's
like every
reasonable.
post-apocalyptic movie needs a dog.
Yeah, well, the dog, not that Chili was raised, like surely some instincts come in.
Oh, Chili
and
could
can get something for us. Like,
but also,
surely.
if someone's just trying to get you, Chili would step in and fuck them up.
Yeah.
I imagine anyway. Anyway, so that's the Broncos, but they were sick, and I can't help but like the team, the Broncos.
Yeah, I feel everyone gets you get a second team every year in league, I feel. I'm not saying the Broncos are my second team, but they're probably my second storyline that I'm following.
Yeah, there's something fun about them.
Yeah.
They're good.
Just to go from essentially winning a grand final, except a GOAT plays 20 minutes and you're fucked, to just completely falling out of it and then getting that
Your
firm
stepdad coach is sacked. You bring in a fucking water diviner cowboy, hard ass.
Yeah, I'm following closely.
Yeah. Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by the number one beer in all the land, and that is 4 Pines Japanese Lager. And nothing was hotter and hornier than 4 Pines Park on Saturday night, 7:30, Brookvale, when the Manly Seagulls got out there and got to work. And I'll tell you what, the entire crowd, all 100,000 of them that were over the age of 18, were fueled by 4 Pines Japanese Lager. We were out there. You could say the win was fueled by Japanese lager, to be honest with you. We were out there on the hill, ripping and tearing, truck bar beforehand. It's just a phenomenal rugby league drop. I encourage you to go and get some if you haven't tried it. Head to your bottle shops or wherever you buy alcohol, usually a bottle shop. Get yourself a six-pack, get yourself a slab, and just enjoy a top drop. And that's 4 Pines Japanese lager. You heard it here first.
First Hacker Major of the year is back, the Hackers.
The Hackers.
The Hackers. We know how to do this one. We've been at Northbridge twice before. It's one of the better venues to do it.
Well, it's the Masters of the Hacker event. It's the most prestigious of all of them.
Yeah, if you've won a Hackers, there's not much better than that in the trophy cabinet in terms of Hacker Major history here. So on April 4th, I think it's the last week of the Daylight Savings Summer.
Yeah. DLS.
Yeah, DLS. So Northbridge, 4-man tickets. You know the story in terms of what it is. Ambrose, prizes, epic day, booze, fireball, 4 Pines, big day rosé. It's going to be a really fun one.
It's going to be a rip. The Northbridge is such a good golf course as well. Always the Hacker delivers, and the Hackers is the big mama. So when do the tickets go on sale? Do we know that yet?
I think they're going to put them maybe next Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, there'll be a separate tile on Instagram announcing what time the tickets
follow
go on
Hackers
sale.
Golf Club if you don't already, but also it'll be on Hello Sport. We will let you know when they're coming out.
Yep. And I have retired from playing Hacker Majors, so
listen, I think that from a sponsorship perspective, it was obviously fun, but to have the head of the event be completely fucked off his head and talking about Elon Musk every time, I think it was probably
you're the guy talking about Elon Musk. You're the freaking in the cult motherfucker, and that was at 1 a.m. Never mention Elon Musk around these guys.
Mate, you were fucking loving Elon Musk.
You can't build him a 12 fucking metre trophy, gold trophy. Jesus Christ.
Got him.
No, but look, I've retired because I just want to have more fun with the hackers. So I'm going to set myself up on a hole, a celebrity hole. I can have a shot for your team. Take it if you want.
And are you shucking oysters?
I'm going to shuck some oysters.
Is that Wheeler oysters? Are they coming on?
Yeah, get some Wheeler's oysters. Yeah, Wheeler's oysters. I'm just going to shuck some oysters and just get in with you guys because there's too much going on when I'm playing. So I just want to get to know the hackers more because otherwise at the end, there's so many people talking, you don't really know. So it's almost like playing a hole with each one of you come.
Yeah.
I can't bloody wait. So see ya.
See you there.
At the 10th.
See you at the 10th.
At the 10th.
Sebbo on the 10th.
Well, no, the 10th Hacker Major.
Oh, fuck.
It's the 10th Hacker Major.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck. So, and I'll probably also be on the 10th, actually. No,
I don't mind
11th.
11th? You like the 11th?
I'll be on the 11th.
Okay, go on
Yeah.
the 11th.
Yeah.
Sweet. What were the Friday games? Can we get them back up, Tobler? They've gone off the screen.
Oh. It was Tigers Knights the first game while this comes on.
Yeah, that wasn't the best game, and that really annoyed me because Friday 6 p.m. is my time slot. Being a twin dad, it just makes it so much easier because you can just put the footy on whilst doing all the tasks, winding everyone down. You get excited for that time slot.
In and out of the room, pop in. Oh, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Was it like I watched bits of it? It was a bit poo slingery.
Yeah. Like at the beginning, you thought and there is that hype around the Tigers now, right? Where you're like, okay, can you put it together? You got all these new recruits. You've had 3, and it's kind of like a Broncos storyline, but it looked good a little bit early on, but then it just started to turn into sloppy footy.
Missed tackles, drop balls.
I think the Tigers had 60 missed tackles.
Dude, someone said the other day, Benji Marshall spoke in the preseason about how hard they've worked on their defense, and then they came out and they missed 50 plus tackles, and you're just like, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing then? And again, I'm not
I don't know shit about rugby league.
51 missed tackles in total.
How much of it's to do with defensive systems
They
versus
say
players
attitude.
not being motivated and dropping off? I've got no fucking idea.
They say defense is attitude.
Attitude. Okay, so it's mostly attitude.
Which obviously there's systems. I'm sure.
Systems, yeah. If you really want to step it up a level and be like a Penrith or a
50
Bulldogs.
fucking missed tackles is not good. And it speaks to the Knights only scoring 10 points as well, that they have 50 missed tackles and go. Bradman Best, who is a great player, but he is, I don't know how old he is, probably early 20s. He still has a bit of that
23.
23, yeah, so he's young. Yeah. He's still got that 23-year-old, I want to score the try.
Yes.
There was overlaps galore where you just give the ball.
Yeah.
A classy, mature centre will just give the ball and fucking your winger is scoring. And he was dummying himself, or he'd dummy and then throw some shit ball.
It's the price you pay. It's like the Greek myth. There's always a price you pay when you're essentially a fucking pit bull at the age of 15, which you probably was.
A full-blown pit bull.
Just a pit bull, and you just develop you want to score, maybe selfish, but you honestly believe you can just run over this guy because you've been doing it for so goddamn long.
You're just I can murder these people.
Yeah, so...
And to be fair, again, he is a good player. He's scored the fucking try in Origin. It often works.
It works, but if it's so obvious to pass it,
you just
should pass.
If you're guaranteed a try, I'm often and obviously though, if it comes off, you go, Bradman Best is fucking killing it.
Yeah.
But you're when it doesn't, you're ugh.
But I used to take so much pleasure in basketball if you just did a mad assist.
Yes.
Where you just you just see your mate over there and you just
dish it off,
dish it off, and they just get an easy 2-pointer.
Because it's there is something to be said about the setting up of a try, as much as scoring one yourself, or a goal in basketball.
But some people will just want, it is just the point, the name,
it's just the
name on the NRL app,
which I can respect. That Dylan Lucas for the Knights, is he a back rower or is he playing in the centres? But I think he's a centre and a back rower. He
was in the second row.
He's a fucking weapon, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He just made some mad break and he had really good footwork. And you're like, oh, okay. You see these players emerge, they're around for anything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
I've heard your name a few times.
Yeah. You might be someone who's popping their head above the fucking pack here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even Kai Pearce-Paul had a few little moments there where he actually nearly scored.
I know. Did we get Rue to pick which games he was going to score in?
No.
Disappointing from Rue. He should be offering that. I wish he'd scored.
I mean, yeah. The Knights, so they were, when we talk about second teams, they were my second team when it was when everyone went there Mitchie Pearce, Ponga and stuff, and I was all behind the Knights, right? I loved them. But geez, they make it tough to love him.
Yeah, I know they do. They make it hard.
I don't know why, but they just
There's
make
something
it so
about
hard.
him.
Like I'm going for the Tigers in that game.
Yeah, definitely. And I felt bad for the Tigers
Yeah.
for losing. Like I kind of felt like they shouldn't have lost. But also, the Knights just have Ponga. Like I know they got played. Like I was talking about Dylan Lucas. Like they've got good players, but it's like so much. Almost everything rests on his shoulders.
Well, there's a salary cap and only so many teams. Everyone's going to have some good. You have to have some good players. Knights like
but just him.
Yeah,
He's just every time it's just like holy fuck, like it's all on Ponga.
Yeah, and like honestly, especially Knights fans, if you're listening to this, honestly, can the Knights how long's Ponga got at his peak? Like 5 years, probably. How old is he? Like 26, 27?
26, yeah.
So what? Another 5-6 years. Can the Knights turn it around to be at worst a prelim team?
Yeah.
And does Ponga stay there? Because as me personally, as a rugby league, I'm almost like closer to Roo, where I'm like a rugby league fan overall.
Want Ponga to win.
I want Ponga to be in a GF. Is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
And is that realistically going to happen with the Knights, or is it like has he got to go somewhere else?
Yeah. Well, like this dude again whispers that the Roosters want him.
Well, that could solve a few Empire crumbling problems.
Oh, it'd fucking really shore up the Empire for a couple of years.
It's like going and like, okay, let's go get Achilles.
Yeah.
Like, we're fucked. Go find Achilles. Empty the fucking
and that is
treasury on him.
But that's what Istanbul can do, right?
Istanbul can do
They
that.
have the ability just to do that. And then you go, okay, sweet, let's paper over the cracks for a couple more years.
Yeah, and Ponga, like, you saw the cracks. We're getting some cement gaps. We're getting, like, you know.
We just go out and buy a couple of Rolexes and...
Ponga is a Rolex.
Fucking oak he is, dude. He's a solid gold watch.
Yeah, you're putting a statue as high as you can in the city of him.
Yes.
Like gold,
Oh,
made
immediately.
of gold.
Yeah. We're going to go buy a Boy King. And he's going to just come into town and he gets whatever he wants. But, I mean, like, the Knights can't afford to do that.
No, you can't get... They can't build that sort of stuff for him.
They bought a watch they didn't realise, and the watch didn't, like, it was almost like it was found or some shit. It wasn't expensive.
Even though when Joey was there, they never will be an empire. They're a frontier. Like, they're out there on a frontier. The Novocastrians out there.
They're a house.
Like, if you get some goats coming through, your frontier can just overachieve. But, like, to build it to a level of an empire, you're not an empire team.
No, I know.
Like,
that's sad.
It's sad because I want to like him. I love the Novocastrian experience. I love it.
And I like the Knights brand.
Yes, I love it. But
of the 90s, early 2000s, not so much now. But, you know.
Yeah, like it's just, I just feel like it's just another year. Again, it's one game. We know that. It's one game. But it's another year of the same shit that's been going on for like 3 or 4 years with the Knights. Where you want to love them. They make it very hard. They rely on KP. It's not that interesting to watch.
It's fucking tough. All right, tough for the Tigers. You know,
I don't want them to win another spoon, dude. Like,
no, I know. That's the thing. It would be a bit hectic.
There's a bit where, like, when Theon Greyjoy betrays the Starks and he gets captured by Ramsay Bolton, you're like, yeah, here's your comeuppance. But then eventually you're like, dude, just get him out of there.
Get him out of there.
Get him out of there. This is too much
now. He's been punished.
He's just had his dick cut off. Like, get him out of there.
These guys, the Tigers have had their dick cut off, and, like, it's not fun anymore.
It's not fun. Like it was fun watching. It was somewhat fun watching 3 spoons in a row just to say, you know, it's interesting. Like, just we got it.
No. We've got it now. We've got our fix. We need someone else.
Yep.
A dickless Tigers is just not what anyone wants, and especially when they've got, like, to be honest, even though they lost, I think if you're a Tigers fan, you're like, they did look better, which I know.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they did look
like
better.
60 minutes, but the tackles was a bit. How you going? But yes, they did look better, which is a positive. They won't get it, you'd hope, but.
And I mean, I can't even really remember how Luai and Galvin played. Like, they
look pretty good. I think they were playing like. Look at me. I actually watched the games. It looked like they were playing both sides of the ruck.
Yeah.
And just getting around. You know, maybe everything wasn't landing, but they were like energized, both sides. I think. And trying shit. I think Galvin was probably trying a little bit too much, but that's what you want to see.
Just from a 19, 20-year-old, whatever the fuck he is. I don't mind that.
Yeah, rather than going back in your shell after a good year.
Yeah, and now you've got Luai as your half. It's like, oh, we'll just let him do it.
Yeah.
I still have a crack.
Yep.
Who have they got next week, just out of interest?
Tigers.
Yeah.
They've got Para.
Oh, that's a good game for them.
It's a spoon bowl rematch.
That's a good game for that. All right, let's go to the next game, so we'll get to Parramatta a little bit later, gleefully.
Rabbits.
Bunnies, the Fish. Dolphins had a couple of players out, but good win for the Rabbitohs considering, like...
Yeah, it's a good win. Like, definitely wanted to win, and I'm pretty sure we've got, like, a horror draw coming up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't...
Roosters have Penrith next week. If you want to talk about fuck draws. That's fucked, dude.
Yeah, that's tough.
Dude, that is hectic.
That is tough because, like, if you get pumped 50 points, like, there is that factor where it's like the next week you just, like, come out a bit more galvanised and the motivation of getting pumped can kind of get you the win. But against Penrith...
No, against Penrith, it's like, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
So, like, how bad's it going to be?
Yeah.
And then in round 6, they've got the Broncos, and they play the Panthers again in round 7.
So they play Panthers and Broncos twice in the first 7 rounds each. That's absurd.
I don't get the draw, man. I don't get the draw.
That makes no sense.
That's
to
wild.
play the 2 best teams in the comp twice in the first 7 rounds.
Spread it out as much as you can. If you ask ChatGPT to just do a draw that's, like, as fair as possible, I reckon it would take 1 second.
How the fuck does that make sense? If you're a Roosters fan, you know, you've got rights to be...
Maybe they're trying to pull some, like, levers, like, early on the season, create as many blockbusters of, like, top teams as possible to get people into the season.
You can't fuck a team like that.
I know, and the draw's apparently random as well, but, like, it's not,
There's
right?
no way.
Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like it's random.
Jesus. Anyway.
But yeah, the Bunnies, man, like, it's just...
So you're not happy, or are you just already upset because, you know...
No, you just know, like, this season, like, it's been 2 years of the season, like, injuries just fucking you, and it's just, like, injuries again just fucking you. Like, Cam Murray, Jesus Christ, Latrell, like, literally the 2 guys you don't want injured are injured before kickoff.
And long term. Cam's out for the season, basically.
And you're just like, here we go, like, okay, hopefully we finished, like, second last year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to go there, but just for...
Did you even have that many injuries last year? Like, you had them.
Yeah.
Did you have heaps? I can't remember.
Heaps. I think I saw one of those things, whether it was one of your Clarkies or your NRL physios or one of those guys where they had, like, injuries with, like, games...
Missed
or whatever. And the Bunnies was, like, first, daylight, second kind of vibe. Right. So it's a good gritty win in the sense of, like, we can still put some shit together. Yeah. Cody's on that left edge still can hum a little bit. Yeah. Like, we're still going to win some games.
But also fucking Humphreys.
Humphreys look good.
He's better. Do you pick him over? I mean, is he your halfback? You don't want that other English guy.
Humphreys is the halfback. Like, I don't know fucking anything about league, but, like, for so many reasons, even beyond the ball playing, the looks, the vibe, the energy, the marketing, just make him that. If we're going to have to cop another 13th or 14th in the chin, can we at least just get, like, some hot marketing?
A hot marketing fucking halfback. Yeah. Like, listen, in the games he's played, and I've seen him play in 3 games because he's played 3 first grade games, or at least he's played 2 first grade games, and then he's played a trial that I saw for South last weekend, and every single time he's played, he's looked fucking great.
And every time he touches the ball, like, you know it's him touching the ball.
He top scored for Manly in his debut, scored the first try in the game, kicked fucking 50 goals. Then when you guys were getting your asshole eaten, when Lewis Dodd was your halfback in the trials, he comes on, lays on like 4 tries, scores one himself. And then in this game, I think I saw it on Kempy's Instagram, it was like 30 tackles, 0 missed, 16 kicks for 700 metres.
Yes, and 700 metres is a lot of meterage, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty, again, I'm not a league expert here, guys.
I'm saying that with confidence, but I'm like, if Kempy's putting
I saw it on the Kempy thing.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure.
That's got 19 kicks, 700 metres, 1 try assist, 30 tackles, 0 missed in his club debut.
And he just looks like a guy you want in your team long term.
He's got a great head of hair. He looks humble.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't realise how hot he is almost.
Yeah, it's like the guy if you're like, you're with your missus, you're kind of new, and she's like, hey, meet my ex-boyfriend. You're like, I bet he's a dickhead and jerk. And she's like, here's him. And you're like, oh, God.
Oh, God, what is it?
All right, so I'm just the rebound. And you're getting back together with him.
Why are you not still together? Like, what the fuck is going on here? He's like a lovely guy. Yeah. He's gorgeous. He's jacked, and he can play rugby league. And it's like, yeah, his dick was too big. You're like,
yeah.
No! Fuck!
There's literally nothing wrong with the guy.
No.
So he seemed, and I feel that's what the Bunnies need. Like, even if he doesn't get any better, we are a team with a lot of strike around other positions as well. So it's just like, but he's going to get better. Just keep him in there, Wayne, please. I've got no idea about Lewis Dodd. I really don't.
I think they do.
He signed on a 3-year contract as well.
Yeah. And people are saying 700. That can't be...
For Lewis Dodd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But isn't that a bit crazy to sign anyone from the Super League as for 700?
Yeah, but
unless they're a forward.
You're a halfback.
Yeah.
I think a halfback, and to quote the great Danny Kemp, it's like with this salary cap, like the salary cap's gone up, 700 is not much for a halfback. He won 4 or 3 straight comps for St Helens. So
but how many halfies are on above $1 million? Not that many.
But he's not. He's on 7.
I know, but it's pretty close. Like
Yeah,
I'm saying, if the other guys are like on 8 or 9.
I think most halves in most rugby league teams would be above 7. That's just finger in the air.
Yep.
Now, it's a gamble because he's from the Super League and,
I feel sorry for him, if anything.
Same.
I feel sorry, but
But I don't care. Like, if I'm South, I'm like, I don't care though. Like, I'm sorry for you, but like, I've got a fucking 10 out of 10.
He is literally a 10. Like fucking, what's his face from All About You or whatever it is, or Twisted 2 will play him in the movie.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell will be playing Jamie Humphries in the rugby league movie.
And people will go, he's not hot enough. Glenn Powell's not hot enough to play Jamie Humphries. Fuck that. You've also got Tyron Munro broke his collarbone.
Well, there we go. Like, here it starts all over again. The injuries where you're like, okay, this...
And that's a recurring collarbone injury, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would be one that would suck to have a reoccurring injury of. Like, collarbone, ugh.
You can't really hide your collarbone in a tackle.
No.
You kind of have to lead with it almost.
I've never broken my collarbone. Touch wood, thank God. Touch wood. It's one thing I do not want to fucking... Like, if in terms of an injury, like, the idea of that thing being fucking broken...
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. I'd rather break that than, like, my shin.
Yeah. But, like, the thing of just, like, that snapped. You're like, oh. I remember when our friend Rory fucking broke his and it was like, he couldn't even sneeze. It's like, fuck, a sneeze is coming. Like, ugh!
I just feel sorry for the kid, though.
Yep. Same.
Like, what is it, third, did you say, time he's done this?
I think it must be. If they start calling it recurring, usually it's more than 2.
Yeah. Even outside of South's fan kind of stuff. It's just like young kid, 3 times.
Young kid, 3, yeah. No, not good. And he's a good fucking player.
Yeah.
Where's Alex Johnson? Injured?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. I don't know how long he's out for, but like...
When did he get injured?
Like late last year.
Oh, okay.
So this is Munro's 4th collarbone injury in 2.5 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Gee, same collarbone, one would assume if the...
2 fractures just last season.
Oh, fucking hell. Wow, okay.
Okay, can we get like a metal one?
That's what I was saying. Can you put some titanium in there?
Yeah, just like... but there you go. Injury toll starts again. What's that? Munro, Winger out, Murray out, fucking Trell out. Like, here we go.
AJ out.
Here we go again. It's the GTA meme of just like, great. I don't know what's going on. Get someone to look into it.
Cursed,
Why
dude.
are we always getting injured?
Cursed. You cursed.
Why are we
You
always
cursed.
Look, if it's a curse, go to fucking Eastern Europe and go get an old witch doctor.
No, that's what you have to do.
And bring them back.
You have to break the curse.
Get the science and also get the voodoo. We need all of it and we need it here.
South fans have to break the curse,
Yeah.
Sebbo. That's what we had to do it with Kempy had to do it with the Broncos.
Yep, go buy some herbs off her, bring her back. Slovenia, maybe.
You gotta
somewhere
eat,
around
you gotta
there.
Eat cow liver.
Yeah, something
on a stream.
No, I'm not fucking eating.
What's the stream Thursday night? What's the game Thursday night?
It is...
I'm out of town on Thursday night, actually.
Knight's Fish.
Devo.
Yeah.
Knight's Fish.
Heading down to Barrel on Thursday night for a wedding in Barrel on
Oh, yeah,
Friday.
he's getting married in Barrel.
One of Millie's mum's mother's group.
One of Millie's mother's group.
Yep.
Yeah, right,
Yep.
okay.
But there's like a little click.
Yeah.
Little side click.
Yeah,
A back
right.
channel click.
Oh, back channel click. Don't let him know about that.
Yeah. And so like, and all the husbands are all friends as well.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Do I know one of those?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's him.
Oh, it's his wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So no stream for Sebbo then Thursday night.
No stream for Thursday.
Fucking hell.
AJ did his Achilles in round 21 last year, so he'll miss a solid chunk of this season.
Oh, shit. We just need him to break Ken Irvine's
Oh, no.
record.
How many is he off? 30?
No, less than that, isn't he?
I think it's 20, 30.
Is he 190 odd? I think he needs like 20.
Let me have a look.
Because I don't think he's going to... I don't, like... In the modern age of the winger needing to bring the ball back pretty tough...
Yeah, do you think
It's
he's got another
this
contract
season.
in him?
I don't think there's another one, unfortunately. Like...
Would you want to keep him just to allow him to
I
take
would,
over?
but how many games does that cost you?
Yeah,
like it's
Wayne.
so important to like bring the ball back with and he's lost a bit of speed. He's a good fit. He's definitely lost his speed, and he doesn't have that
And he's getting injured now.
Yeah,
Achilles.
He's 17 tries to draw it, so he needs 18 to beat it.
A good season. Again, you guys won't have a good season.
So when's he back though this season?
It's unconfirmed yet because he did his Achilles.
No estimates, round.
I'll have a look if there is. I think it might be mid-year.
Right.
Shit.
I don't reckon he can get it.
No, that's tough.
Yeah.
All right, can we go to the next game? Unlucky Bunnies.
Yep. It's
But
tough.
you got the win at least. You know what I mean?
We got the win. We take the win, but when
you take a win at the start of the year,
you just get so used to 5-6 years where we're prelim at worst kind of vibes.
Yeah, well, you let go of Reynolds, though.
I know, and I don't know what the fuck happened there. That honestly has to be one of the dumbest decisions. Sometimes I couldn't get a job ever in anything when I was younger, applying for shit kick roles, and you're am I I'm not smart enough? People up there must be so smart to get, and you see decisions like that at the top of the level of organisations, and you're going, how does this happen? I feel I could make a better decision as a nobody.
When
with
I
no
used to work in
experience.
radio, and I was at Triple M, but Today FM was the same company, right? So they were upstairs. And they famously, once they got rid of Colin Jackie O, dumb decision, they were the biggest radio fucking show of all time. Then they just had this procession of awful breakfast radio shows. They would just roll in at one after another. And it'd be Rove McManus, who no one's heard of for 20 years, is with some chick on The Bachelor. And I would just sit there and I'd be like...
What'd you do?
Well, I was just what is the point of it? This job? It just one of those things that made me feel really dejected is not the right word, but just I was radio's fucking so dumb, dude. If this is what the highest paid people in the company are we're making the decisions, you're what's the point in even fucking still being here?
Yeah, there's something to be yeah, exactly.
Just show after show, and then they'd fuck it off after 2 weeks, and then they'd bring in something else, and you're just oh my God.
It makes you realise that people who can get to top positions don't necessarily have to be that smart when it comes to things. They're good at maybe getting there or something, but sometimes the dumbest decisions in the world are made.
It also, I think, everyone basically is incompetent to some degree.
Yeah.
When you enter the workforce, you think oh fuck.
You think that everyone above you is has their shit together
on.
and smart and knows what's going on. You feel like you're in kindergarten on orientation and everyone's in year 6.
Yes, exactly.
And that's how you feel around them. But then eventually you're wait a minute. Half of you guys are absolute dead shits.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like me. All right. That makes it a little easier. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying
exactly.
I'm just saying you're fucking.
I shouldn't idolise you.
Yeah. You're just as dumb as me. Anyway,
AJ's estimated to come back round 4, actually.
Okay.
So sooner than...
Maybe we can get 20 there. Maybe we can get 20.
Listen.
And is it his last year of his contract?
I think it might be.
Even if it's not, I'd say players get picked over him next year, you'd think.
Well, Tyron Munro.
Yeah, his current one's at the end of... till the end of this
Who's
season.
your other winger?
Tass?
Tass isn't anything special, is he? No disrespect. In terms of...
No.
Could you have Munro on that wing and fucking...
Yeah, you could. But, I'm all for it. But I reckon that,
Wayne's ruthless as fuck.
Yeah,
He doesn't care about Ken Irvine's record.
Yeah. He's not going to put his coaching, especially in his last few years of coaching, potentially jeopardise a few games because of Ken Irvine's record. No. But, I hope he does it. I love AJ.
Yeah.
AJ's the last guy from the Premiership still in the team.
Yeah, he is. Well, he is the last guy from the Premiership.
Did
he play?
Yeah. That was his debut season.
It's him and Takiri on the wing, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking Nathan Merritt didn't play it. That's tough.
Yeah.
He was left out for Takiri.
Fuck, that seems like a long time ago.
Well, it is, buddy. It was fucking 10 years.
I know, but once AJ retires and Reynolds retired, then it's a really fucking long time ago. When there's no players active in the NRL of the last time your club won a premiership.
Well, that's what Cherry Evans is for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's
it's and it was his debut year that he fucking won. So we're we need you to win us one more before you go, Cherry.
Well, that's
please, Jesus.
Yeah,
because he's fucking good still. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Bulldogs beat the Dragons. Fucking ended up being some tries in this game. I was in and out watching bits of it, 28-20. At one point, it was Dragons are who they always have been. They suck still, and credit to them for coming back. Maybe that's more... I loved in the press conference, it's such a rugby leagueism and almost like a backhanded compliment, or not even backhanded compliment, I don't know what the word is, but Flanagan... in the press conference after losing 28-20, he just kept saying, we beat ourselves out there. We beat ourselves. It's like
Yeah.
It's you like not giving the team that fucking beat you any credit. It's just like that's what I like about it. It's like such a
it's
they didn't beat us. We beat ourselves.
But it also and I know people say that for the backhand reason, but it also just shows that you don't know how to get your team to not beat themselves. So that's on you.
Yes. No, completely.
It's not on them beating them. It's you not getting them motivated to not beat themselves.
Yes.
But I'll go the Doggies, man, because Doggies were definitely my second team last year.
Yes.
And they might still be my second. I was just reserved because I've been hurt by my second team a lot.
Yeah.
I've been hurt by the Raiders when they didn't win. I've been hurt by Newcastle, but I just let everyone know. My second team
was.
Yeah, was. And Doggies, I was like, are they just going to hurt me again? And I kind of predicted to them to do it because I've been hurt by my second team a lot. I can't remember the last time my second team won a premiership.
Mine might have been like Bunnies. I liked when they won.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of people's second team. That would have been a lot of
people's second team. Trying to think.
I was going for the Sharks, but I don't think they were my second team. Oh, maybe they were with
Sharks,
Benny Barbs
I think they
going
might have
around.
been. Yeah,
Lukey Lewis. They probably were.
Fafita was killing
Cows
it.
were definitely my second team that year.
2015.
Yeah. But the Sharks were after that.
Yeah, Sharks was 2014.
No, Bunnies 2014.
Oh, sorry, Bunnies 2014. Sharks 2015. Sorry, Cows 2015. Sharks 2016. Storm 2017.
It was the
Roosters 18-19.
Yeah, so the Sharks, Bunnies
Storm
and
20.
Cows were the trifecta of the kind of underdog storyline getting the premiership. Then we entered into the Empire Age.
Yes.
It's like the Attitude Era, but
Age of Empires.
It's the Age of Empires, dude. Because only 3 fucking teams in the last 10 years have won a goddamn premiership.
Yeah. No, that was it. There was like a period there where there were mini empires popping up all over the world, and then the empires the real empires rose up.
Yeah.
Crushed everyone.
But the Doggies, I really want them to go well.
Dude, when you see someone like Tupanul, we were just saying before with the Roosters, he comes in and scores 2 tries, one of which he was running so hard and fast and straight. And I don't know who it was for the Dragons, maybe even like DeBellin, who didn't seem to have a bad game, but just got absolutely bitched. Like, that is a signing. You're just going like, that's a great fucking addition to your side. You've got Kikau and Tupanua there. Like, that is a rock solid.
And it's so rock solid without just going, go get a great signing. He's not a Rolex, but when you look at him after, you're like, you know what? You don't need it to be a Rolex.
He's a Tag Heuer, dude.
Yeah, exactly. The Tag Heuer fucking
That's
works,
still a good watch.
It's a
That's
great
still a
watch.
great fucking watch. Thor wears them.
Yeah, like you don't need them. You don't need them. And once you start bringing Rolexes into certain positions, but that, they're not a Rolex team at all. And they're like, you know what? We're happy not being a Rolex team.
Well, I'd say that maybe
They'll get one.
Crichton's a Rolex.
Yep, but he's a very understated one.
No, he's an understated one. He's one that is a rough and tumble sort of.
Maybe he's a antique one in a sense of it's, I don't know, maybe
classic, maybe.
Classic,
but they're fucking flashy as fuck though.
Yeah, I mean,
I get you though. Listen, he's a classy watch. Yeah, but he's
But they're building their foundation.
I think you still need some of that, but it's the teams that have just one Rolex and nothing else. You're like, well, what are we doing?
Or the Roosters that for the last 10 years have had 10 Rolexes, and then 10 Rolexes in a room just can't figure out how to structure an attack because everyone just wants to crash over with the ball.
Yeah, everyone's just like, hey, look at me, my teeth, my hair.
Look at me, I'm shiny. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Get some classic Tag Heuers and just work as a fucking team.
Fucking, what are we talking about here?
Look at the Bulldogs, mate. They're just an example of how to do it. And they'll get their Rolex, though. They'll get a PAP or someone like that in a couple of years when they've
that's it.
When they've built the foundations for them. It's like building a pyramid, and then you just put the Rolex on the top.
Just on top, and there you go, and it complements everything.
Where fucking Kalen's not, there's no pyramid beneath him. It's just like hanging somewhere.
No Tag Heuers to be found in that side. Maybe they're developing. We don't know. But
no, he's a great.
And then Connor
signing.
Tracy, you'd say not even a Tag Heuer, but he's also a really reliable fucking watch.
He's reliable, but I reckon he's the one that the Rolex will replace.
Yes,
I think that's they're making.
You could probably get rid of.
Sometimes you build a museum before you bring in the artifacts. You know what I mean? I feel like.
I'd still keep him though.
Yeah,
you keep him You keep him in the drawer.
Yeah,
on the bench maybe because he's a bit of utility to him.
I like him as a player, but I'm just like.
You could fit a Rolex.
I reckon
and slot nicely into the back.
There's a giant Rolex case without a Rolex at Belmore somewhere, and just kind of walks past every day, and it's like,
can I get in there? No, you can't. Get out. Fuck
but yeah, no, because he had a shocker trial, didn't he? So good to
Did you watch this game?
Bits of it.
Tuipulotu had, there were moments in this game where, he scored a try when they were down by 20 points and celebrated, where I was just like,
yeah,
calm down. Now, in the end, they got in with 8, and he scored 3 tries. He's a beast. But you're a bit like...
Yeah, 100%. I know, I get the excitement of, if it's your first try in the NRL, maybe you can be a bit excited, maybe. But, you just kind of... I'm all for usually the side of allowing a bit of flamboyance, a little bit of flashiness, not like, what's he doing there? Cut those sideburns. I'm...
No, we're not short back and sides in here.
Yeah, but, when stuff like that, I can... there's only really one way to look at it.
We're not Dean Ritchie saying they celebrate too much. We're just saying when you're down by heaps, don't fucking, what's up the crowd.
You can have a smile on your face.
For sure.
For scoring a try.
Absolutely.
And then you have to do the, obligatory smile on your face and run back as fast as you can to
quick pick up the ball, run back. We've got
a couple of taps on your back.
Yeah. We've got to get some points here.
Yeah. There's a certain so.
Listen, I was in and out on this game as well, but I mean, you sort of go, it was bad for the Dragons because they.
Well, I think that's why I was in and out because the scoreline looks respectable, but the Bulldogs are winning the game the entire time.
But then, if you're the Dogs, was it Q in the rack stuff where you let them get back 20 points within 8? Or do you know what I mean? You sort of, you're the Dogs, you're a bit disappointed. You're
as a coach, it'd be so hard to balance your Q in the rack mentality. Because, you don't want anyone to put the Q in the rack, but then also, you also might be wanting to manage certain players' minutes and
we wanted Tommy to come off for the Manly game. We were
exactly.
Well,
you're not putting the Q in the rack, but you're not trying to be as ruthless as you can and just trying to manage that. But I guess... if you're the Doggies, if you're chasing empires, if you're in the chasing empire business, you want to just bleed as much aggression.
Game 1 as well, maybe you're just fuck it, let's just
So maybe it was a bit of a fall-off that they need to address rather than just going, fuck it, we've won the game. I don't know.
Yeah, no, listen. Hard to know because I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, I watched, cumulatively maybe 60 seconds. So.
But Montoya had a great game.
No, but shout out to the NRL app this year. How you can just go on and watch their stories of tries.
What?
It's so good.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
In the app?
Yep. It's so easy.
It's like Instagram highlights.
It's Instagram highlights on the app. And so when I'm not watching.
Oh, so up the top here? Is that what that
would be? To maybe the draw, the game.
Yeah, navigate stories. Tap to start. So that's the stories from the game.
No, but go to the actual game, and it will just be the game. You won't have to navigate through tiles of graphics and shit. It's just the highlights.
Well, yeah. Look, I'm already getting ads. So here, like this.
Yep.
Dude, what a great fucking addition!
It's such a good little feature. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the NRL app.
I know they spent years ago billions on trying to make some content platform. This is all you needed to do.
Well, that's it.
This is all you needed to do.
PVL just came in and just with a gurney and just blasted it. Oh, what's going on?
Just create stories like we're used to. We don't have to go into a video and press play.
No. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. All right, well done. I'll be doing that. I didn't know that. Next game, Tobler. Oh, go back. Did you see that video of those fucking losers, those Dragons fans, who went? Yeah. Can you? That video will be saved in our somewhere. These fucking absolute pieces of shit who are you can tell they're either trying to get TikTok famous or they're just desperate for some sort of notoriety. They filmed a video of them going to a store, buying a pie, and then taking the pie to the game and just fucking pegging it at some guy sitting in the crowd with his kids. And then the guy comes up and he's like, "What the fuck?" And you're filming and they're like, "Yeah," they almost started staunching him. It's you've come and you've pegged a pie at someone, and then when the guy's rightfully pissed off, you're like, "Oh yeah, what?" I'm not a big ban streakers from the fucking game. For I'm like, you should not be allowed to go to a game.
Yeah,
anymore.
those type of people.
You're a piece of shit.
Those people just are so devoid of an original personality.
Yeah.
That the only way to make their mates laugh or go, oh, look at you, bro, is just do dumb shit like that. And then when it goes to aggression, like, oh, if I bash him, maybe like that. That's how they get their social credit. Like they can't come up with a funny joke in their life. No. They've never said anything original. All they do is regurgitate shit they hear on. Like they're just dead shit.
Complete fucking loose. Can you get the video up?
Yeah.
That like when you hear that, like you see them. You see them and you hear them and you're like, oh, these guys are complete fucking morons.
Yeah.
Like absolute talentless, classless, clueless, just complete losers, dude.
Yeah.
And again, like, mate, imagine what the fuck, you got a kid and your dad gets fucking belted with a pie.
So the guy had a kid next to him.
They were like sitting there with his family or some shit.
And so they were filming this, trying to put this on their
Dragons fan throws pie at Dogs. Oh, do you have the volume here, Tobler? I don't have the remote for the TV. And just listen to them. You see them. They're just fucking cocksuckers, dude. So lame. So fucking lame.
Like, there's a world where you can almost forgive someone under the age of 14 who does this. Not forgive him.
No, you can. You're a kid and you do a dumb thing. Like, definitely.
Yeah, for
These
sure.
guys are adults.
Adults doing this stuff? It's like...
These guys are adults.
Yeah, that's the really sad part.
This is so funny. Like, you've got to be brain dead.
Well, they're just, Turn
it up. Start it again.
Point out one for me.
Yeah.
Please, point out one for me.
For Bulldoggies.
Oh, I
Bulldog
want that
supporter.
one. I want that one.
Will that look good on a Bulldog supporter?
Say yes.
Will that look good on a Bulldog supporter?
Yeah,
I want that one.
Sauce on it. And then the guy...
Yeah, have you? Yeah.
Me getting hit.
I will.
And then this is the cops talking to his mate, like... I've been watching the footy.
Yeah, right.
Like, if the Dragons must be aware of this shit. Like, if you're the Dragons, you should be banning these fucking cocksuckers
It's
from
all
your
over
games.
the news.
Yeah.
You should be banning these guys.
Yeah,
like,
ban them for
fucking...
life. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
There's no justification for
There's nothing
anything.
good about that. Some fucking dumbass I saw on the punters and dribblers were like, oh, God, can we all have a laugh? You're like, bruh,
God,
that's a fucking hot meat pie that he's just pegged at someone for no reason. That's not a prank.
Yeah.
Prank is something you do to your mates.
Yeah.
Prank is a dacking.
Yeah.
Prank is fucking whatever.
Yeah.
You don't just peg a pie at someone.
If I lost a bet to you or something and you had pies thrown at me, you can throw a pie at me in that context.
Yeah.
But like to a random person with kid at a game, like, can we have a laugh? Like those people who say, "Can we have a laugh?" They say that same sentence to everything.
Yes.
And it's like,
There's
like,
they have no ability to discern between.
You're an NPC, bro.
Yeah.
You've only got a couple lines in life, and that's one of them.
And that's
like,
these guys, dude.
they're
Serious
also
NPC,
NPCs,
like desperate for something, just anything. I'm so bored with life. I'm going to try and do anything to try and give a bit of fucking excitement. It's like, oh. No, that's not your lane. You're a complete fucking loser.
So premeditated as well. Like, there are so many instances in that situation when you can realise that that's a fucking dead shit thing to do.
Yeah.
Going to buy the pie, picking out the pie, and then fucking walking back. Like,
This will be funny.
Yeah, this will be so funny.
This will be so fucking good, dude. Oi,
I did it once in year 8 and someone laughed, so let's do it again.
Let's go throw a pie at a complete stranger at the footy.
Look, real pie.
Oi, and then asking her, oi, will this pie look good on the Doggies fans? Say yes. Like, you're right, Tobler. They had every opportunity for their brain to kick in and go, this is a dumb idea. And you're like, oh, no, you guys are just fucking idiots.
It's not like someone got a little bit too drunk and just for a dumb second thought it'd be funny to throw a pie because the guy was annoying him or something.
Even if you were drunk.
Even that's bad, but like that's
if you were
still,
drunk, it's bad. But if you were drunk, you were drunk and you'd go, oh, fuck, I feel
I'm
so
an
bad.
idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
People do dumb shit when they're drunk. These fucking morons, before the game.
And not just pre-med, film in the pre-med.
Yeah, they want this thing to they want to show off.
And blow it up. Like, this will be funny. Like, maybe we'll start a TikTok where we do pranks.
Yeah, maybe we're going to become prank guys on TikTok.
Rugby league pranksters.
Yeah, let's go. I'd be so embarrassed if I was a Dragons fan. And this isn't a Dragons thing, but like, if you're a Dragons fan and you're seeing these fuckwits like representing your team, you'd be like, get these losers away from the club.
Yeah. And like, please tell me there's no Dragons fans who are so one-eyed, because a lot of people one-eyed whether like just because they're your supporter base they think it's okay. You know?
No,
what I mean?
dude.
Surely every Dragons fan's like,
I think it's been pretty overwhelming that these guys are just complete fucking losers.
Yeah,
complete losers.
The Dragons have came out and condemned them, but they're assisting the NRL into relation to any breaches of the spectator code of conduct.
Well, I think we can.
A code of conduct
obvious.
surely doesn't need to specifically outline don't throw a pie at a random without it break. Like, you've broken the code of conduct. Surely.
Yeah, the code of conduct's fucking been broken. And again, the premeditated nature of it is what is so stupid.
Yes, that's the thing. If it's as we've just
crimes
said,
of passion are a little different to what is it, actus reus or mens rea, whereas malice aforethought, I believe, if I can quote my legal studies.
Yeah.
You guys planned this whole dumb ruse.
Real dumb. Dumbest thing I've seen in
It's
a
honestly,
while.
it might be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like a crowd fucking person do it at the footy.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Like, if you're desperate for attention, just do the streaking
Can
thing.
you drag it back to
Doesn't
the video?
bring in a victim, the streaking thing.
Can you scrub it back to the guy's face throwing the pie? Not to mention the fact that the throw looked very beat up. Not that that's important, but it's not nothing. Press play, and then try pause it on his face. There.
Okay.
Look at that fucking idiot.
Has he opened it as well? Like,
How
Yeah,
old
of
is
course
he?
he's opened it. That's a pie with sauce on it, bruh.
oh
How
no, I
old is
mean
he? He's about,
taking the
what,
lid off the
28?
pie.
That's what I mean. He's in his 20s, that
Yeah.
guy. That guy's in his 20s and is just a fucking idiot.
He's just like... I wonder, has he done... So what... Was this posted on an account of theirs?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Was there
posted
anything
on-
else, or is this just like a first video? Or is
Yeah, it
just
was
like a
posted
person-
on his own personal TikTok.
Right.
There you go. Bang.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it was a TikTok.
So he's not a thinker.
Well, no, he's not. He's desperate for some fucking notoriety. I wonder what the head noise is like.
I don't know, there would be no head noise.
No,
people,
but see,
people like that, they don't get head noise. They might just go like, oh shit, people don't understand, I got caught out. But they wouldn't have like, post-pissed anxiety wouldn't exist in these people.
Dude,
it's
I
one of the
wonder.
benefits of being that dumb
Well,
is that you
ignorance
don't,
is bliss,
is
yes.
that you don't get post-pissed anxiety kind of vibes when you do stupid stuff.
Yeah, but I wonder whether he's just dumb and like doesn't thinks that people are going to love it, and then when they don't, it's like,
So he actually thought everyone was going to love it.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he
yeah.
thinks that he's going to be a TikTok star and he's
Yeah.
really funny, and then it's just like, oh,
Yeah, because maybe he saw like the old episodes of the footy show where someone
Dude,
threw a pie at
I
someone.
love Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They're funny guys. They do stuff on the internet.
Yeah. Like,
You know?
look at this food humor. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Food jokes. Dude, everyone loves a good food joke.
food fight joke. It never gets old. Like, it is the simplest form as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's, and obviously he's
Simple guy.
a simple guy, so he's taken the simple avenue of...
Throwing a fucking pie at a complete random.
And as much as the dacking should have no problems, but maybe it did unearth something like this by a bit of a byproduct
Well,
of like
so, yeah, right,
dacking
like-
classic dumb comedy. Like
You embolden dead shits to try and do their own
classic
thing.
dumb, like year 8 dacking, classic dumb comedy, nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's
I reckon
pure.
there was a few pies thrown at people in year 8 between mates.
Again,
and
setting,
nothing wrong with
setting
that.
is important.
But this guy,
context.
dead shits can take things out of context
Yeah.
and apply just the exact same act, and then they don't realise
No.
why it's dumb.
And you can't plan for dumb. You know what I mean? Like the NRL can have every fucking code of conduct in place, but like you cannot fully protect yourself from stupidity.
This is dumber than like fans just at the end, because it's been a tight emotional game, just like throwing food at each other.
Or
That's the
punching on.
Or punching on. This is dumber. Punching on's worse because there's physical violence could
Sure.
happen, but this is dumber
This
in the
is dumber.
sense of... Yeah.
It's obviously it's completely ridiculous that you punch on about your footy team.
Yeah.
But emotions are high.
Yes.
And if it's a close game,
Yeah.
rivalries, all
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Just takes a dumb guy to say something as the team.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Or to try, maybe, it wouldn't shock me if this guy starts fights at the footy either, though. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, they could also
Or
be those
one starts and he just jumps in without even thinking.
Punters and Dribblers, I interrupt this podcast transmission to let you know about our good friends at Ned's, the premier betting platform in this fine land, if you ask me. Now, if you follow our betting show About Even, you will know that Ned's also fuel that. And what you will also know is that I haven't hit a bet all year. So I just want to come on here, basically. It's an opportunity to congratulate Ned's because you've got me at the moment. You've got me by the balls. But responsibly, I will continue to have a crack at you week after week for the entire rugby league season as is my right, my responsible right. But I can't pick a bet. I fucking suck. Everyone else is good. That's not surprising. But if you're winning them early, you're not winning them late, and that's just a truism that stood the test of time. So look for me to really come into my own in probably the next 12 weeks. But shout out to Neds. Go and follow along on About Even. Join the group there. The code is Dribblers to get in, or you can see our profiles and see how shit we are. Again, particularly me. But we love you, Neds. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Dude, was it Manly next?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. What a performance.
Yeah, this is where I love Manly, but Eddy should be in this seat right now, obviously.
No, this is all right because there's some nice balance here, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's all right if you don't like Manly, and I know you don't. You hate him because I love him.
Before Tommy Turbo and like DCE fully growing into his fully evolved self, because there was a period there where everyone didn't like him. Everyone loves him now. I get that. I like Manly, but because I've known you and Eddy and Bracey for long enough, I fucking hate Manly at the same time.
Yes.
It's just like, shut the fuck up. And this is even before the podcast was even a thing.
Yeah, trust me, I think the audience prefer that Eddy's not in that seat right now. We'd just be me and him sucking each other off.
Shut up. But it was almost more annoying pre-podcast version of you guys, because it's like for podcasts, you're doing it as part of your job. It's a bit of entertainment. Like, that's what you got to do. They're your team. Yeah. But if you're just trying to have a bit of a beer at your Redfern share house and you're just going on and about it the way you do, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, listen.
But go Manly.
But to what you were saying before, where you were like fan of rugby league like Guru, as if you don't want to see the Turbo.
100%. I reckon it's going to be really
final.
sad if they don't get a premiership.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the only time you've got a prelim a couple of times and Bunnies have pounded you a couple of times.
Wow.
But like that's as close as you got.
I didn't even know if we got a prelim, did we? Not
Bunnies
them,
pounded you the year they got into the
to get in against the Penrith.
Yeah.
Were we in the prelim?
Yeah.
Fuck.
2021?
Oh, was that? I thought the Roosters fucked us up.
Nah, pretty sure it was the Bunnies.
Damn, I didn't realize.
And then we pandered you in the prelim the year we won. Oh, was that not the prelim?
No, that was the year you won it.
Yeah.
You fucked us in the prelim.
Yeah,
we
the
like
2021,
there,
36-16.
36-16.
Yeah, I might.
And that felt like it was one of those 16 points came late sort of game.
Yeah, you definitely knocked us out.
But anyway, I do hope the Turbos win one, and they're a bit different to KP because you got the pieces.
Yeah.
But the only problem is your main piece, i.e. Queen in chess, DCE has a bit of an expiry. I mean, who knows, maybe another year, another two.
Well, he's going to go another year. I think he's committed to another year, apparently.
So you got your Queen, but when you lose your Queen in chess, like shit gets real hard.
Shit's really tough, dude. Yeah. And everyone else on the chessboard notices that you don't have a Queen, starts to exploit the fuck out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
is why Humphrey's going was something I think we probably didn't need
That's
to happen.
it, because like Humphrey's going is if you play chess, you can get another queen if your pawn gets to the end, right? You had Humphreys like 2 spots from the end, and you didn't even like protect that.
No, we just like whatever. Fucking take him.
But what a game! I mean, fucking. I am jealous of Manly as well to have Brookie. Like I've been to Brookie not for ages, but a couple times.
Brookie was fucking pumping, dude.
Yeah.
We were down there. It was so good. It was heaving, and like. It almost just, like, it's not that it was heaving more than it's heaved before, but there was something about it. Round 1, and we were beating the shit out of him. The energy was electric.
Yeah.
Electric.
It was one of the best home games.
It looked like it on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I was out there playing golf with Tobler, as I said, in the Northern Beaches kind of community, younger guys, and it's just like, obviously your dad, you don't have that freedom, but like Tobler and all his mates, they're playing comp golf in the morning, then they're just talking about what time they're going to meet up at one of their houses, have some pre-drinks, then stroll down to Brookie. Dude. Like, it's a lifestyle thing. Like, you can't get that if your team plays at fucking Homebush.
No, that's it.
Like, you don't have that at all. Like,
the suburban ground is just a beautiful thing. It's like when you used to get ready for house parties as a kid, or it was, teenagers or whatever, and you would all go and preload somewhere at someone's house, and then you'd all walk
get a few Midori's into you.
Exactly. Like, get a couple of Midori's into you, bro. A couple of fucking cruisers.
Yeah, homemade wet pussies. Like,
the cocksucking cowboy in the bloody in the cast.
Yeah.
Mate, that's what it's like. And then we were at Truck Bar. We went and went to the 4 Pines Truck Bar and preloaded there, and then. They've got this big brass band and they fucking play everyone from there to the ground.
That's what I'm so jealous of. I've got to train out to Homebush once to see the Bunnies.
It's
Never
not worth
doing it again.
It's not worth it.
Never doing it. You're not a real supporter. No,
No, fuck
There's
that.
so much more to just watching the team. It's all about that experience. And
Mate, if the Rabbitohs had any brains, they'd be like, we're just going to go to SFS.
yeah,
Fuck
I mean,
that.
aren't they trying? Like, and I will say this: like SFS, great new stadium. I reckon it's still. It gets very close, but it's still not like a Brookie experience.
No, 'cause it's still
like
too
a
big.
legit stadium.
Yeah.
The infrastructure around it isn't great. Like the pubs are like they're okay, but like they're not.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not got this full suburban
Yeah.
feel. Brookie Oval is fucking fantastic. It was so good. The hill, dude. It was because we're still in the hot months.
Yeah, and having a hill. That's a big part
well,
of
that's
it.
it as well.
Yeah,
That's it. And if I can be earnest for 1 second, serious for 1 second, the Good Day sign, seeing that on the hill.
Yeah.
With everyone just going.
It looks good on TV.
It looks fucking mad, dude. Like it was a real moment of just being like, this is possibly the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And it does look.
It looks great.
It looks good on TV.
You wouldn't want it in the like nice corporate setting. You have it on the hill.
No way, dude. I like when the TV are panning to Manly.
Yep.
Losing their shit like the fans. Where are you panning to? You're panning to the hill bar.
And the real guys down there. It's like if you're talking Titanic, you're down on that third class where everyone's dancing on their toes on the
That's it,
table.
dude.
That's where you don't want it up there
Smoking
on the
and
table
dancing.
where there's 20 forks and knives.
No,
To like,
look at that thing. Look
Yeah,
at
there
it.
you
And the
go.
flags going in front of it.
Yeah, that's the real stuff there.
When the tries were scored, everyone's just banging on the Good Day sign. We were right up there under it for the second half and just ripping with everyone. It was so hot and sweaty. Bracey was literally soaked, like wet,
Yeah.
like actually wet.
That hot.
It was so hot. Like
Just
it was
because of the
it was
proximity of people.
It was a hot night, and then
Yeah.
everyone jammed
Yeah.
in. Like
Yeah.
everyone is so jammed in. It was the best, and that sign pumps.
Yeah.
Shout out to Good Day, go Manly. But
Yeah.
as a performance, dude,
Oh, amazing.
also having someone like Olakawatu,
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so fucking good.
just a beast.
yeah.
An absolute beast. He might be the most intimidating forward in the game right now. I obviously am sucking off my own club, but
Yeah.
like who else?
Like, but he's
Maybe an
Inti-
AFB.
in terms of like, intimidating. He's up there. Like,
He's up there.
He's up there. But he's also got the skills though, which makes him. even
He's
more-
quicker. He can jump high for balls. Like AFB's
Yeah.
great. I'm not. But if you just like, I feel like Olakawatu, and again they're different positions.
Yeah.
But like, he's snapping people.
Yeah.
He's scoring tries. He's dishing. He's bloody jumping up for.
He's a new age beast in the sense that like he can do all that stuff. So as a defender, you're not just scared about tackling, but you're scared what he can do, and if you're
Yes.
going to fuck up, make the wrong decision.
Yes.
Like Sammy Burgess was like the last of the OG beasts, like coming
Yes.
in on a chain and like letting him go and just like he's going to kill me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's just going to
just running it straight. He just runs it straight and hits hard and fucking
and you're like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, Equati, you're still like, I'm kind of dead, but like he's silky. Like
Yes.
he's a smart beast. He can just what's going to happen. There's always he's either scoring or a try scored around him.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, Cherry Evans, the Queen, might go missing soon, but like you got to lock down Olakawatu.
No, we
You
have. We've
yeah.
locked him down. He's now part of the leadership group and shit.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
a fucking animal. Obviously, Tommy Turbo's.
He's one of my favourite players, I reckon. Just in terms of when
Olakawatu.
you're watching TV.
Yeah, for sure.
And just when the ball's in his hands or goes near him in the, was it KFC Red Zone or whatever it's called these days, you're just like something.
Yeah, something is going to happen, or at least he scored the first try off that. People just I don't know if it was the new centre pairing of the Purdue or whatever his name is, or whether it was that Duffy kid, but they just sent Olakawatu.
There was like 4 or 5 of them that he just got the ball from 10 metres out and just beelined, and they couldn't stop him.
He fucked
They were just
up,
dropping off
fucked
him.
up Tom
It was
Dearden
fucking
so bad
crazy.
just before a try, just like absolutely. Tom Dearden is I really like Tom Dearden. He's like a tough player and can play and like on both sides of the ball, but just got absolutely flattened by Olakawatu. Absolutely flattened. Now the Cowboys, I knew they were going to be shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they were going to be that shit.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, they're actually pretty fucking bad.
I mean,
Round one, like
I didn't think it would be that bad. I
You've
thought it'd
still
be
got
pretty
some-
close.
You got some pretty good players.
Yeah, but like key positions of guys who were great moving out is never good anywhere.
But like Robson, Dearden, Drinky in your spine.
Yep.
You got Nanai. You
Yep.
got Ruben Cotter. Like
Yeah.
you've got some players there.
Yeah, they do have some plays. I mean, but like the thing is, even the last like 5 years, defense has always been their issue, right? Even when they're at their peak, of, like they went all right. They got to the finals the last couple of times. They fucking just let in points, dude.
Yeah.
It's part of their culture. So if you're taking out key positions and you're going up against Manly, like it's just going to get worse. I feel like they can score them when they're on. But the problem with the Cows is like you've lost your halfback, Val, your star centre, like
Tamalolo was injured. He's getting old.
like I don't know. I thought they were going to be shit this year. It is one game,
but I expected. I was like going to that game. I was like, I felt a humping in the air. Like I did feel it.
Yeah.
But I was still shocked at how easily we seemed to do it.
I triple staked.
I know. I fucking
the Manly line at 6.5. I was that confident.
Manly 30
but I wasn't that
was
confident that I was about 5 minutes late to put in the game on TV. I think Olakau'atu had already scored. Within 30 seconds, someone else had scored, and I'm like, oh my god!
Dude, we were beating the scoreboard for the first 25 minutes or something. Listen, I think it's probably fair to give the Grumpy Coffee Award this week to the Cowboys. They were just so shit. I think if you're a Cowboys fan and, like, you know, the Eels, no one's expecting to do much. The Roosters, people are expecting you not to be very good. Cows, no one's expecting you to win the comp, but, like, you sucked.
Yep, they got obliterated.
They got obliterated, blown off the park. So
Literally obliterated.
It was an obliteration. Go to grumpycoffee.com.au, put in the code COWS. You get 10% off of your order. And that's beans, pods, grounds, all of it. Grumpy Coffee is the shit. It's where you go. Grumpycoffee.com.au. Code is COWS this week because if you're a Cows fan, you're grumpy because your team sucks. Did you see the Hop Lehigh try? The lead. No, the one where he set it up for Burbo.
Oh yeah. That was
was hot.
That was amazing.
Up, like in the air, turning around, giving it off. Like, where's this kid come from?
Because I think there was a little bit of was it the game before or something? Like, I remember someone was talking about, like, no one really contests for kicks, but, like, one team was doing it. It might have been the Broncos or someone. Maybe I think it was, like, just trying to contest for every ball.
Yeah.
And then, like, because so many teams just don't do it anymore, they just get there and ready to tackle. But you're seeing Lehigh do that thing. You're like, dude, why aren't you guys trying to do this every single time? Like, it makes so much sense.
Trinky didn't even jump.
Yeah. Like, it was hot. It was hot as fuck.
And then you just like, that's the tough thing in rugby league is when you're fucking round one humping and you're just like, oh, okay, so our season's like
done.
We're not going to win. Like any excitement I had about winning the comp or even trying or even being close is just not there. It's done.
How much of is it, like, if you're a Cows fan or a Bunnies fan even, I'll throw it back on myself, is that I think, like, outside of obviously not 3 empires anymore, there's 2 empires left, and then there's the Broncos and potentially Manly if everyone stays fit. Does anyone else realistically think they're going to win the premiership, or are they happy? Are they happy with, like, going week 2 into the finals? I'm happy with week 2 into the finals. Because I know how fucked we are right now. If everybody was healthy and we'd put, like, 8 weeks together of healthy players footy with Wayne, I'd probably believe that we're a smoky, bit of smoky.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like if you aren't Penrith, Storm, or Broncos, maybe I think you're a smoky.
Yeah.
Like the Sharks are a smoky. They're not a favourite, even if they are in betting and shit. Manly, you'd say, is a smoky.
Manly and Sharks, smokies. Yeah. Outside of that, does anyone like believe they can win a premiership? Like, to all the other teams,
if
do
you
they
do,
believe?
If you do, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And that's maybe, I don't know if that's maybe an every year thing or whether that's like just given that we're in the age of empires.
No, the age of empires, it's a new thing. I reckon before the age, the kind of fairy tale age that we're in before, you felt almost any one of the top 6 teams could win. Yeah, the Disney age. Yeah. Like, oh my God, the Rabbitohs, they haven't won in 6 years. They're coming through. Thurston's last year.
Sharks
welcome
never
through.
had a premiership.
Welcome through. We're in the Disney age.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Empire age, it's fucking tough to believe from round
tough.
1 that your team can win the comp. And you're just like...
Yeah, it's like the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages.
Yeah. If there was one empire around, you're like, okay, we can just count on them having a bed shit in the prelim.
or
when there's
injuries.
2 empires, Melbourne and Penrith floating around, and you're watching what they're doing to teams, You're just going.
And the Storm being the great empire of the last like 25 years, and then there's a new empire that's black, like the darkness of their jersey and shit, and you're just like, oh, and they're actually better than the fucking empire that's been around forever. Like, Jesus
and
Christ.
they beat that empire in the GF last year. You don't think the Storm are now, that empire's got a bit of like,
they're
going to.
That empire's improved. They got fucking, what's his name? Stefano Utogamanu in there, like.
Yeah, so they're going like, okay, we want some vengeance.
Yeah, and you saw that on Sunday if we go to that game where they beat the shit out of the Eels. Like, that was – I didn't watch – I only saw little bits of that game, but I just got into WhatsApp where it was like, wow, is this going to be like a record? And I'm like, holy shit, what's going on here? I was watching the UFC.
46-6 at halftime.
Yes, I started the first 10 minutes and then I drove to a brewery to have some Sunday beers with the Mothers Group Click.
Oh, wow, you're really deep in this click right now.
Well, when you move to the inner west away from all your fucking friends, you need some new friends.
Dude, are you moving on? The fuck?
No, but
you know what I mean about you and your fucking Mothers Group click?
A casual Sunday catch-up down the road.
Jesus Christ. What's happening?
I saw the halftime score, 46 whatever, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on? Use my NRL little story checker. But what happened in the second half? Because I thought we were in record territory. Now I'm a little bit disappointed.
Well, again, I mean, I don't know whether there's Q in the rack stuff going on there. Like, even if it's just round one Q in the rack, where the Storm don't seem like a Q in the rack side, but where you just, even just mentally, you're like, we've won.
But that could have always, like, is it Craig, the master coach or whatever, got some star players, like literally goes, we're actually putting the Q in the rack, guys. Like, we don't need to beat a record. Just don't go out and fucking injure yourself.
Yeah.
Just
play the game of rugby league as it's meant to be played. And I mean, like, what's his face? Jason Riles, Donk. He said in the post game, it was like, oh yeah, like I was happy with how we responded in the second half. I'm like, if I'm a coach, and I know you've got to maybe outwardly be positive, or like you don't want to create more headlines. I just don't know how you could so what? Like, the second half was 12-all. Yeah. Depending on whether they got conversions, I don't know. But you're like,
you beat a team.
You got fucking mauled in the first half.
You put the Q in the rack. You played a game of pool with someone who didn't have a Q.
Yeah.
Like, you sunk some balls and they didn't have a Q.
You sunk some balls and they didn't have a Q and they still scored as many tries as you in the second half. Like, he's like, I've come in and I've changed a lot of shit. And again, he has. I just think it's more, like, the Eels are just not going to be very good this year. I think there's the reality.
Maybe Mitch Moses being out, sure, but like he's not worth 46 points put on you defensively, right?
He's not.
Like in one half.
No.
But geez, you must I reckon there's a part of Craigie because all these guys work under him and then they think they can go do their own thing. They're apprentices of Adam O'Brien's and stuff, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to strike you down, motherfucker.
Kevy Walters, Adam O'Brien, I think fucking Brad Arthur.
I told you to stay on, and you wanted to go because an opportunity opened up.
It's okay. Listen, you think I tell you everything? No. You think I tell you everything, motherfucker? You don't get it all. I'm not fucking giving you my secrets, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, dude. No, they sucked. They sucked. The sun will not be exploding, punters and dribblers. Again, for the Eels, 40 years. At some point, when you're the Eels, 40 fucking years without a premiership, like, it's not just the players. Like, it's the people running the club. Like, you can't have that little success when you have that much resources that for 40 years you can't get it together.
They're like one of the bigger brands in league, right?
Yeah,
like with one of the bigger home bases.
Their whole, like, leagues club, they've got all that money coming through. They got big pokey cash, I think.
Yeah, some good pokey cash, you'd think there.
And, like, you just can't see, again, round one, but like 56 to 18 is, you stink again.
But like if round one, but you're in a spoon bowl last year, and then this happened, and it's like, I think 56-18 isn't indicative of the game. I think it's just the halftime score. Like 40, it's 46 points put on you in one half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what it is.
The second half is whatever because the game changes and halftime and no one cares.
It is way worse than what 56-18 looks like. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with the Eels. I don't mind the Eels.
I don't mind them. I love to hate them. I love to hate them, and their fans get really cut when they bag them out, so it's fun.
Yeah.
But like, I actually don't mind them. And honestly, if they're good, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I was of course I was rooting for them against Penrith.
Yeah.
Like any,
Actually, I wasn't, but that was because I hate them. But
Yeah. But like that was maybe.
I enjoy the Eels being good. I'm indifferent to how the Titans go. You know what I mean? Like if the Titans are good, sweet, whatever. But I'm like,
I've got a softie for the Titans. I love.
That's
them.
because you love your AJ. You love your Brimmer.
Yeah. Like,
but what I mean is though, there are those teams where you sort of don't really care.
Yeah, but they are a classic team though, right? They're a classic team, the Eels.
Yeah, well, they're as old. They came in the same year as Manly.
They're a classic.
They're a classic NRL rugby league team. It's like you are old, your brand is old, like fucking you. It's entrenched in the sporting psyche of the Australian rugby league fan, and you just are no good.
But there needs to be some sort of there's a uni student out there listening to this. If you're writing a thesis, obviously in a lot of sports, some teams you can go, okay, they just don't have as much funding as Man City. How are they meant to compete?
Yeah.
But in a salary cap era. And I get there's third-party deals and stuff. There needs to be an investigation how for 40 fucking years...
Yeah, it's more than 40 as well. How many years is it?
You can't
39.
win a premiership.
What? 39.
Oh, 39.
Next year it'll be 40.
Oh, I thought, shit, next year's 40.
You can't win.
Oh, was it South that were in the 40s?
Yeah, South won, like, it was the 60-something.
I thought he said 49 then. I was like, holy fuck, we're in the 50th year. That would have been huge.
But how are they so shit for so long?
I don't know. And listen, maybe it's that Riles, who is, he's another Bellamy underling who is, maybe just trying to stamp his shit on the club. Still, again, it's one game, but that's all we have to go off. And maybe he's just getting his systems and processes in place, smart, and then they'll improve. I like Iongi. Like Isaiah Iongi is a fucking weapon.
Fuck.
He's a great player. Pensini's a great player.
Yeah.
Mitch Moses is a
They've
great
got a good
player.
team. That's what's so confusing, though.
They've got Zach Lomax, who left the Dragons to go and win
Great
comps
player, origin
and
player,
took a 200
Australian
grand pay cut. He should be on the wing.
But they've got a great team. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
They've got good. Maybe their forward pack. Could you just go to the team? Who's in their forwards?
Hopgood's good.
Hopgood.
Polo's aging a bit, sure.
But he's still there.
He's still a wrecking ball of sorts.
So who is it?
Joe Offengowie.
Yeah.
Paulo.
Jack Williams, I don't really know. Like, I think he played for the Sharks, did he? Kelma Tuolangi is not great. No disrespect to Kelma, but he played for Manly, and he didn't set the world on fire. Hopgood is great. And that's it.
I guess it's that old saying
it's
of
really
like,
not. That's
your forwards win you the game, the backs decide by how much or whatever.
That's a bit of a cheerleader effect there. Like, there's really not anyone in there of note.
I guess maybe 2 years ago their forward pack was like stacked with like.
Well, I think they might have injuries too.
Informed Madison, Paulo was younger.
Is Madison just not playing?
Where's Sean Lane?
Sean Lane's injured. He's a good player, Sean Lane.
Yeah. But maybe,
where's Brycey C?
Right, I think Brycey C's
And
like,
Campbell Gillard's gone.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe the Brycey C doesn't match up with the.
Well, Brycey C almost is a bit. He's a bit Madge-ish in like he comes to a new club, plays well for a little while, and then gets comfortable.
Yeah.
So it's like not Madge, but that same sort of thing.
But a Bellamy underling as well would
tolerate bullshit.
Yeah, like a Bellamy underling would definitely cut Brycey.
Brycey C would train with his shirt off.
Yeah.
Like he's a good player, he's flashy, he can do good shit, but he probably needs to train with his shirt on.
Yeah, and Brycey C is getting a bit older as well, and so if Brycey C is still a shirt off guy post 30, you're like.
How old is Bryce?
You can't change that. Like the Broncos shirt off guys, they're young enough. They're young enough pups to go.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Cartwright's 30.
Okay, there you go. Fuck, he's been around for a minute, hasn't he?
Brycey C's been around for fucking ages.
Yeah, Madison was a late scratching for a back injury.
Okay.
He was initially named.
But and Brycey C just dropped?
Yep, I think so.
Wow.
How many Bellamy underlings have gone out and won a Prem?
Well, let's think the last few years. I don't think any.
None. And Bellamy...
Madge, I think, was a Bellamy underling, maybe.
Was he?
Check. He might be a Wayne Bennett underling, but I think he was a Bellamy.
Bellamy was a Bennett underling, right?
Yes.
So it's crazy, like if if it's like Jedis and shit,
Yeah,
and Bellamy's like fucking Yoda and shit.
Well, no,
like,
Bellamy. Wouldn't Wayne be Yoda?
Oh, wait, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Bellamy's
and
Obi-Wan.
Bellamy's Obi-Wan, and then no one else from below Obi-Wan is good at anything.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's just
is Madge. Madge.
Yeah, Madge is
Madge won a comp.
Madge is like the chosen son, but you can't. You spit out one, right? If you're a great coach and you've got the force on your side, you're not spitting out 8 guys who are winning comps.
You've got to pour all your wisdom into one.
Yeah. And obviously Wayne's done it for Bellamy.
Yeah.
Bellamy's probably done it for Madge. Anyone else who thinks out they can go on their own, you're going to get chewed up and spat out.
Yeah, and I wonder whether the ability to impart wisdom diminishes as it like flows from one to the next. So like Madge probably won't be able to spit out anything.
Yeah, maybe the last lineage of the great Wayne will live through Madge's underling.
Next one, Madge's underling.
Like, and then it's dead, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Like the force that lived with Wayne, that imparted that father figure, hard man.
Yeah.
It will be gone in the new generation.
And then Phil Gould has his own sort of shit like that, but it's not necessarily through coaching. You know what I mean? Like he's this weird fucking Jedi of his own sort.
But he's more like club manager. I guess he was a coach, but he's
he's been a coach, but he's a football brain passing on football wisdom to footballers. Like,
has he had any underlings like come out from under him? Like in terms
I think maybe Ricky Stewart.
Ricky? Okay,
but again, Ricky's like emotional. He won a comp, but he sort of came into like this weapon side.
Yeah.
You can't take away from Ricky.
But Ricky's actually amazing at what he does. Like in the sense that
he's a good coach.
He's a good coach in that unfortunately, Canberra is not attractive for anyone to go to.
No.
Manages to get people down there.
Well,
and then gets the best out of these like teams that technically aren't that good. Now, there's a good future looking, sure, but like Ricky just puts his heart and soul into it. He's not like the hard man of the Wayne kind of lineage, but he is like a father figure still.
Well, I think he's almost he's more like he's got the hard man of Wayne, but I feel like Wayne isn't emotional. Ricky's like almost gone a bit like dark side, but it's not dark side because he's a good father. But you know, he rules through like emotion, and he has falling outs with players, but then they're friends again. Like
as much as his falling out happens, like he can like cry and hug him because they've done something that makes him proud.
Listen, he probably realized that he's not perfect. You know, it's like I know I got emotional and I was fucking.
It's like those
Corey
things where
Horsburgh,
Ricky,
but now we're good again.
I think Ricky needs those boys more than the boys. Anyone needs Ricky, you know what I mean? And I think Ricky knows it. He
knows he needs those
like
boys.
It's Friday Night Lights shit. Probably it's just like he's just in that small little town city.
Ricky needs the boys. He needs those boys. He needs those boys.
If Ricky didn't have those boys, he would be 50 times more emotional and all over the shop.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only reason he yells is because he cares so much.
Exactly. Like, he loves it. And you can't take it away from him, ever. Like, the day that gets taken away from Ricky is going to be a sad day in rugby league.
No, you can't do that to him. You can't do it to him. He needs to coach for the rest of his life. And I hope he does it at Canberra, which is what he cares about the most.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck at those other clubs, and I get it.
He's
That's
not
fine.
a city guy, though.
No,
he's not a city guy. He's the guy out there, the country guys who are just like, they find Canberra because they're like, maybe we're not cut out for the city either.
Yeah.
Like, we prefer this.
This is
slower,
our life. Slower.
And as much as Canberra's not attractive, you can drive a couple hours to some beautiful nature and even Bega's not too far away.
You can get out of Canberra. You don't need to live in Canberra to play in Canberra. Like
Bega's only like 90 minutes away.
But dude, you'd be able to get out of the fucking shithole city and go and like be a bit more, like
country.
Well, you'd be able to live on a farm and still play for the Raiders.
100% you could. Like you could have a farm that has like rivers with trout in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like do a little bit of trout fishing. Sunday, there's no traffic getting anywhere. Like it's
exactly, dude. You can breeze quiet.
Yeah, God love Ricky. I hope he is a Gould underling of some sort because I like that lineage.
Yeah, no, it's a good lineage. Well. But listen, the Storm look as good as you expected them to. Pappenhausen looks fucking great. The Eels are not good, and that is just what it is. That's tough for the Eels fans to deal with this early on in the season.
Yeah, it'd be tough, man. It'd be tough.
It'd be tough, dude.
It'd be real tough.
Oh, my God. Punters and dribblers, there's never a bad time to start taking your health seriously. You know that. We know that. We've harped on about it for years and years. And the easiest way to start, if you can't be bothered to get out of bed and get down to the gym at 4 a.m, the easiest way to do it is just start with your vitamins and your minerals. And that's Good Day Daily Multivitamins. If you saw the sign on Brookvale Hill on Saturday night, it looked fucking delightful. But head to begoodhealth.com.au, swallowed my words there, use the promo code DRIBBLERS, and you pair that with a subscription, you're getting 20% off. If you just use the code, you get 10% off. Subscription, you're getting 20% off. Mate, we've got over 1,000 positive 5-star reviews on the website. You can go and read them all for yourself. But if you're thinking about doing anything, this is literally the least you can do. And then from there, good things happen. You start taking care of your vitamins and minerals, good things flow from there. It's begoodhealth.com.au. Danny Weidler wrote in the Herald yesterday that, he's like, what's the go with the, culture at Fox League? And it was that, James Hooper went to Vegas.
Yep.
But then didn't do any of his appearances that he was meant to do on NRL 360 over there. Didn't write his column. Was seen with, a cut on his face.
Right, yeah.
And so, the inference is that he's gone and ripped. Yeah. And that's the inference, alleged but he's gone out and ripped and then nothing's happened. But like, there's like the cattiness between journos where like they start to write about each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about the game, which is that's what they're meant to write about. Like, they just write bitchy comments about each other.
Main character syndrome. Like
Buzz hates Gus and all this sort of shit. Like,
it's kind of entertaining, but like every little facet of rugby league, obviously the players are the main character, but like players, coaches, media, podcasters, everyone, you know, believe like they're their world, right? They're the main. Everyone is the main character of their life, and so the journos probably see themselves as like an equal pillar for rugby league than the players, the clubs, and all that sort of stuff. So
well, it is. They are now. Like, it is relatively new. Like in the last sort of in the NRL 360 years, where the journos are now. Usually it's like it used to just be like former players. That's it. Like there was no journos on the footy show, really. It was like maybe one, and maybe they were on for like a guest spot, but it was former players. What do you think? What are you going to say? Now it's like the journos' opinions are carry as much weight as. And
so did Danny go to Vegas?
Oh, yeah, Danny was there.
Right. I was going to say maybe it's a bit catty if he didn't get the...
Well, I wonder if Danny's just a bit of a dork, right? And, like, if the Fox League sort of crew... Like, Fox League are just generally a bit more, like, loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are they...
Yeah, what's going on with the...
Yeah. And then Danny's, like, this sort of snitch.
Yes, Danny seems like very by-the-book sort of operator, right?
He does.
And he's very respected, Danny, by everyone.
Listen, Danny's built a great career. I think like all journos, Danny's got his fucking detractors or people that don't like him.
Yeah.
He's not like some... You know, journos, they all seem to have issues with people, always. Like,
there's
all
not going to be a journo that everyone loves.
There's not a journo who doesn't have beef with someone.
And then maybe Hoops, if he has done something like this, maybe he took it a little far one day.
Well, no, but then he's like, Hoops has got a history of this. Hoops has done, he starts listing all these times that, like,
when he was in a Balmain.
Well, no, but apparently even, like, another time
fucking
in Vegas.
The journos all love fucking Leichhardt and shit, don't they? They all like the Balmain part.
Yeah, they love it, dude.
That's like the journo hub. If there was, like, a map, Game of Thrones map.
Where do all the journos
are just getting pissed at? It's like one of the 50 pubs in Balmain.
Yeah. Journos just get fucking hammered in Balmain.
That's where the rugby league.
I don't know why they love it there. Like, what is it?
I don't know. It's something about the romance of the old days. Or
They can still get a bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Like maybe they'll run into blocker. Like I don't know.
Bit of buddy, like, but also like bit of underworld shit. You know.
Yeah,
like,
Balmain was a little hub of like the docks. You know what I mean? You had a lot of docks going on.
it's probably where all the old yarns used to be told. But they just go there and just get fucking.
Well,
hammered.
I think as well because Balmain, it's got the most pubs per capita. Like I think in Australia, maybe not anymore because it's all gentrified. The docks are shut down. But before the age of being a fucking bar and a brewery every corner you turn, it probably was like the pubs capital of. It's either that or the Cross back in the day, right? Like where all the venues were, right? So.
Fully.
Maybe that's where all the leagues, the pre-iPhone, they go there and get absolutely sloshed, and all the stories are about all the pub. You know, people went there, the journos went there. You know, maybe you have a few Guinnesses, and before you know it, you've got an inside scoop.
Yes, exactly. You know? Yeah, and now the journos are becoming the stories. That's what's funny, is that the journos become the stories. And it's just like, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it. I love the journos when they talk about other journos. Yeah, it's so funny.
Journo beef's
so funny because. No one cares, but also it's so entertaining. It's just like a reality show, right? Like MAFS, like
I've been watching that recently.
Well, Millie watches it.
Have you been watching it?
Yeah, so now I'm kind of half across it.
I'm in it, dude. Yeah. I'm in it, and I don't want to be in it, but I'm in it. There are some fucking psychopaths.
What about that dude who punched a wall and now he's just like a shadow of himself? Like he just can't live.
I mean, so me and Seb been saying, I'm like, no, you shouldn't punch a wall, but the way they made that out to be was like he'd killed someone. I was like, this isn't the worst thing. I'm like, there are people on this show that are the most like emotionally manipulative, fucked up people I've ever seen. And this guy hits a wall and he's like bawling his eyes out, and the cops are investigating.
But he's just so blank all the time. Now it's hard. It's like he's broken. I feel so bad for him. It's like obviously violent. Like you know,
it's not right.
Oh my god!
No one's saying punch a hole in a door, but like you know.
And those fucking the judges or psychologists, like every time it flashes them, I just see vultures. Like those people are vultures, right?
Yeah, they're dealing with fucking like pretty blank human beings. Like,
they're like intentionally putting some of them together so that there's drama. Obviously, like
okay. What about that chick?
What about that? You go.
No,
yeah.
well, hold on. You go.
No, but like I think they got kicked off ages ago. But there was that guy who looked like a bit of a nerd, who was with like a slightly plumper, and like they put them together, and he was talking. He was sitting on the couch
no idea.
with his giant beer belly and his ripped jeans, those designer type.
Yes,
I
dude.
just like skinny. And he's like, dude, you are the most ugly.
And he's got a nose ring and fucking fat sleeve tattoos.
No right
to be coming in here and talking about standards, you fucking absolute troll. That was so ridiculous. He's like, I asked for a skinny, short, blonde chick.
But it's good, like, he just nose ring.
Dude, the ripped jeans that were so tight, like, they look like they've ripped because
he's just sitting on the couch. You look like David Brent, for Christ's sake. Like,
dude, I wish I'd known you'd been watching this thing, dude. Oh, fuck. What about that chick? What about have you watched it recently?
I've seen like every second episode.
Okay, well, there's the one with the chick whose husband has like the really thick neck and the skinny head, and they're always fighting, but they're still together, and like he doesn't want to have sex because before he goes to the gym.
Testosterone.
She is a psychopath.
Yeah, they both are.
But
she's definitely
a psychopath.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, I am blown away by the way they call out fucking behavior on that show. And I'm like, why isn't anyone, because there's rightfully like terrible fucking behavior from these humans.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is no one going like, you're...
And he's a bit of a dead shit nerd who's a gym junkie now.
Yes.
She's like actually just crazy.
She's actually cracked.
Yeah,
and like the emotional manipulation and like unless what you're seeing is, and sorry that we've turned to MAFS punters and dribblers, but that's what it is. Unless what you're seeing is a blatant manipulation of an edit where she's actually not as fucked as she is and they're just making her out to
They've
be.
like sped up a lot of her things
Unless
that she
they've
says or something.
completely like warped timelines
Yeah.
in the way she is. What's her name there? Where is it?
Which I'm sure they
Jackie
do
and
for
Ryan.
everyone.
Jackie. Which you know they're doing it.
Yeah.
But if you're not calling out the shit she does.
Yeah. I just remember when you first got intro to her, she's like, I want this, I want that, I want this.
And she's talking about like how hot I am. And like people just look at me because I'm really hot, but they don't like look at me for my mind. I'm like, you're a psycho. Dude.
What about that episode ages ago where they had to like, they had the couples were by themselves in their room and they had a photo of all the other people and they had to like rank for who's
hottest.
Who's hottest.
They do that every year.
Isn't that the whole thing that got fucking Zuckerberg in trouble with the early Facebook thing? It was like,
and obviously what you're meant to do is just put your
fucking
partner,
missus first, dude. Like,
but I think it was that like...
This guy didn't put her first.
That guy, like, he's just dumb. And I think that fat Nort who was there, like put his, chick, like, second last or something.
Katie and Tim.
What about the guy... Was this him? Yeah, that guy, dude. That guy. She is objectively better looking than he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fucking... And it went so bad for him, dude. Like, I don't know why you'd ever go on this show firstly, right? But like, when you go on there, I guess you hope it doesn't go as bad as it possibly could. And then like the whole country starts turning on you.
Yeah.
And by whole country, I mean the few losers who watch like us right now.
Yeah.
And
a lot more than that. Probably.
No, I know. But it's like, you can just see the like penny dropping with some of these people when like the judges are smashing them and they're like, oh my God.
It goes to show how ignorant, and of course, I'll be ignorant in things in my life, but like how you could be on this show and then like not back down for saying some of the dumbest shit, like just like one on with this skinny person. You can secretly to yourself going like, I wish they put me with someone who I find hot, even though you're probably only a 4 out of 10. But to like go on public TV and go like, I wanted this and this is not my style, and going, dude, do you know how you're coming off right
and
now?
And he's a fucking primary school teacher as well. He's like, what are you doing? This fucking idiot is going back to school to teach your kids. Like, I don't want you teaching my children.
Exactly. You go like, if you can't even see you like, oh my God, like I didn't know he was a school teacher.
Well, and then after he left, he deleted social media and wanted to because he wanted to protect his image and his job as being a school teacher.
Yeah, you went on
MAFS. Why did you go on MAFS in the first place?
You went on MAFS. I didn't realize you've been watching this as well, Tom. But we're all like coming out from under our work being like, I
hate that I know about
seen a little bit of that myself. Dude, I honestly, this is the first year I've watched it since I think when Mikey was on it, Pembroke.
Right. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, right. Well, we knew Mikey, so I obviously checked it out. But this is I sit there with Steph and I'm like, I hate how much I'm into this fucking show now.
Yeah, I'm into it. And like, I quite like the Greek chick. Like, even then that blow up recently.
The blonde Greek chick?
Yeah, she's
or the dark hair.
The blonde one.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's okay down to it, and she's had that like they call the rich, like uppity snobs calling her a bogan, and then no one's
that chick who's like that chick who keeps saying boganic like it's a fucking word. I'm like, you're a fucking. I don't know that you realize what you are.
Yeah,
like you're a fucking.
I don't think if you're an actual legit rich Eastern Suburbs snob girl, you don't find yourself on MAFS. So she thinks she's some like.
But also like, you're trying to. You're just being a snobby asshole. But like.
I think you're trying to be a snob.
I think that Veronica chick's fucking.
Well, I was just trying to say, like, if you are a snob and you think they're bogans, then why are you on the show? If you don't have a bit of bogan in you.
If you think that this whole thing is like a collection of bogans, then what are you doing?
You must have some bogan in you, or you're just complete. I don't know.
Everyone's got bogan in them, bro. That's the thing. That's the thing. Everyone's got bogan in them, and if you don't think you do, then that's when you're actually maybe even more bogan than you realise.
Yep.
And to say boganic might be the most bogan thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly.
Sorry, everyone. Sports podcast, MAFS.
But I love, like, when you hear words in life all of a sudden and then you've never heard of it, but then, like, obviously boganic's not one, but if I heard that, you're like, wait, is that a thing now I've got to pretend I'm up to date on? Like, Millie was talking to me about tradwives recently.
The fuck is tradwives?
It's like a trend online at the moment where women are, like, becoming influencers, and that's the paradox here of being a traditional wife. Stay-at-home mum who looks after the kids, who doesn't have a job. Traditional, trad wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
so trad wife. Trad, like I want to be a trad wife. It's like a thing now.
Well, because, and listen, like, do whatever you want to do, a parish of blue, but like, are they getting ripped for being trad wives?
No. It's just like a bit of a thing.
Being a stay-at-home mum.
I think the thing is going like the trad wives make it that I
love trad.
Not complex, but I guess the contradiction here is that the Instagram influencer trad wives who make it look so easy and simple, who are getting paid to be trad wives, technically aren't trad wives, because trad wives are giving up the money to just like
right. You are foregoing money into the family household and because you're just going and looking after the kids.
Instead they're filming themselves every 10 seconds.
Yeah. You see when you see those mum videos, my algorithm's obviously fucked now because I have kids. But like when you see those mum videos where it's like them filming everything at home, I'm like, firstly, as you said, it's nowhere near as easy as what you're doing here. Yeah. And then secondly, it's like to go and like set up the camera in the house, like for all these different moments.
Who the fuck has time to do that? There's these ones that Millie like hate watches. These have twins, and like the mum is like influencer, like family influencer, and then the dad like got made redundant, and he's trying to be
I think I've seen it.
The dad influencer.
And is he like going like, I'm redundant and I'm at home with my kids and all that sort of shit?
I can't.
It's like, dude, you could just go out and get another job.
Yeah, he's like I was the director of like
you're in a fucking you had a serious job.
Yeah, you could go get. But then he and his videos are just like there's like 50 cuts of just like him just and
while the kid's just sitting there on the swing and it's not moving, it's like, can you push me, cunt? We're at the park and you keep setting up this fucking shot. Yeah. No, hold on, Timmy, it's the rule of thirds. I'm just trying to get this fucking kid.
His wife's obviously giving him a bit of help, but then he's like left to his own devices, and it's just like I don't know why the fuck we find ourselves watching it.
Oh no, dude, I'm with you.
I found myself watching it not for maybe the reason they want me watching it.
Well, because some of them, like I think some do it well, where it feels authentic, even though it's probably not, but like or it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like there's one that Steph like follows, who I think they're a podcast, and then they're just like, so she follows the chick off the back of the podcast, but like her and her family are going vanning around the country for like they quit their jobs and they're going around the country for like 6 months or a year, and you're like, oh, that's like interesting, because that's like an amazing thing that you'd be able to do. Whereas if you're like, hey, I was a high-powered finance guy, now I'm redundant and I'm fucking setting up shots in the park for my kid who's fucking, been sitting at the top of the slide for 15 minutes while I set up the camera. You're like, fucking, what are we doing? Just go get a job, dude. You're probably more valuable back in the workforce. Just go get a fucking job. That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. Maybe we should start doing some dad influencing.
I mean, I would if I had the time. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, exactly.
With looking after babies, you can't set shit up.
No, no, you got to set up the night before. You got to plan scenes before they wake up.
Exactly. There's like half a second that you get,
before they pick up.
And
a
it's
knife,
also very hard. Like I feel It's you need like a Byron Bay rental or to be super rich because you know how all these ones their houses are super nice in the sense of the back and that makes the content go
fully,
better.
dude. Yeah, like if you're trying to film like some influencey shit, you're actually like, well, this house doesn't look like a Byron Bay fucking.
My house looks like
manor.
a fucking dump because I don't have a second. I get on top of it for 1 minute and then
There's
it's already
shit
just
everywhere. Fucking my cat's just thrown up all over the washing, like whatever it is.
Wallace just jumped in a mud puddle.
Yeah,
like
there's a dead mouse on the floor.
But yeah, like get a Byron Bay rental if you want to be a family or a trad wife influencer. And then they just do it that way. I think that's what they actually were doing. They said that to give up this finance guy is like, we had to give up our home here and move into something smaller or something. I don't know. Like,
listen, I've been made redundant. It's not fun. But my first thought when I got made redundant wasn't to become trad dad or whatever.
Trad dad. A trad wife dad.
Trad wife dad. I don't know if there's anything else, boys. That's been
UFC?
fun.
Did you watch any of that yesterday?
I did. It was disappointing that Pereira lost. That was scat. Justin Gagey won. That was a good fight.
Did you see the roughie or roofie knockout? The leg kick?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was
spinning head kick.
crazy.
That was fucking hectic, dude. Or Volkanovski was funny, dude. He I'm not sure if you're a big UFC guy. I don't think you
Not
are.
really. I know the people, but I don't.
Volkanovski's fighting. He's fighting this Mexican guy for the title in like maybe a month. I don't know. And as like they're doing the press conference and to like rip on the guy's got like a slight emo fringe and then Volk just bursts out into this emo song. It was actually fucking funny, but you would have seen it everywhere. We don't need to watch it. Thanks for coming on, Sebbo.
No, pleasure.
You're back on for the second ep later on in the week. It's Sebbo week.
Sebbo week. Sebbo takes over.
Sebbo takes over. Sebbo week at Hello Sport. Not streaming though because you're with your new friends.
What'd you say, sorry?
You're not streaming though Thursday night because you're with your new mates.
Yes, yeah, I'm not streaming Thursday nights. New mates,
right.
It gets lonely out there when all your mates are just still in Bondi and
Come on over, dude.
It's very hard to get babies to do a 45-minute trip there and back to amongst sleep cycles.
Dude, leave them at home. Leave them at home.
How am I doing that?
Well, we'll fucking sneak out on that. We'll concoct we've got to work. We'll have a golf day.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having us.
Love ya. Cheers. Oh, come back in. Mick.
Yep.
Friend of the show, friend of the club, Hackers Mick.
Hackers Mick.
He brought this in on Friday. Don't know what it is, but I'm opening it. Ooh, what the fuck is this? What the? Oh, yes, Mick. Yes. Fuck, I should have waited for Eddy to be here. Dude, did you see how Bradman Best got his that necklace Bradman Best had?
Yeah.
Mick's gone and got us some bloody...
Oh, for you guys.
Look at that, dude.
Well, that's perfect to wear tomorrow night. Aren't you meant to be doing a bit of...
Oh, we are doing the holy moly tomorrow night. I can't fit this on my head. It doesn't fit over the noggin. Dude, listen, I can't speak on how these are going to be viewed from a baggy green perspective, but because Edward's not here. But Jesus Christ, these are sick, dude.
Go Mick.
How do you reckon I look?
I reckon it looks pretty good on the black especially as well. You want to wear a white, it would hide it too much.
No, it would, but it pops.
It pops.
Dude, me, Eddy and Bradman Best just looking schmick. There's Simpson. Look how big that is. Simpson. Mick, that's really hot, dude. You're just going to have to watch this space.
He has a message. He said, surely the necklaces get a run in one of these three scenarios. All talk with Bradman Best,
Yes.
newborn baby / family photos, or the commentary fit at the podcast Royale, beers soon, Mick.
Dude, they probably get a run in all of those. If we got Bradman Best on, they 100% get a run. 100%. Mick, that's fucking hilarious.
Go Mick. He always pulls through, Mick.
We love Mick.
We love Mick. That's a fucking great yarn from you, Mick. All right, that's us. Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?